Congratulations, first place. Ooh, second place. Third place ain't so bad. After these messages, we'll be right back. And now, back to our show.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hello, we have a very, very special day for Star Trek Online. I am so excited to share this day with an amazing person. Hello, Mr. Scoot is here. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh. Wait, chat, did I mute Mr. Scoot again? Uh-oh, I might have muted Mr. Scoot. Hello! Wait, did I? Hold on, let me see if this is my fault. Let me see. No, wait. Hold on. Hello? Hey! So, oh. Hello?
Hello?
It was my fault.
Okay.
It was my chat.
I didn't break it. I hope I didn't break it.
No. You know what I did?
What?
I'm a brand new streamer, so I don't know if you know this. Yeah,
First
this
day,
is my
first
first time. This is my first time. I'm sorry. What I did was on my soundboard, I muted the browser.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
It's okay. It's not a. I think we all know as streamers that it's not an official stream if something doesn't go wrong right away, and
Right.
that's actually a good sign because if it didn't, then something bad's going to happen later. It has to get out of the way first.
And get it
right?
out the exactly. You're so
Yeah.
right. You're so right. We got it out the way. Now we could say hello to chat. Hi, chat. Look, there's so many wonderful people in chat today. Hi, everyone. Thanks for
Hi,
being
peoples.
here. Hello. Oh my gosh, so many new first-time people. Thanks for coming on over. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you about all things Star Trek because, like, honestly, it's like I feel like, right? There's so many people out there that love and grew up with Star Trek, and I don't think that there's like enough of us talking about Trek and new Trek and old Trek on Twitch. So we get to we get to like pave the way and talk about some cool Star Trek stuff.
We're going to pave the way to a brilliant new future
Yes.
where no one has gone before.
No one has gone before. Exactly. You know, did you see what my going live notification was? I don't know if you saw.
I did. No, I did. That's why I said Tuvix is my favorite breakfast cereal.
Okay, now seriously though, first of all, did Janeway kill Tuvix? Do you think?
Yes.
So you
Well, no, I've seen there's the clip of them asking homegirl what she thought of, like at a convention. They asked her if she thought Janeway killed Tuvix, and her response was no, but she wanted to.
Really? I don't think I saw that video.
Tuvix sucks. Okay, I'm like, it was not. I mean, I also have a lot of horrible opinions about Voyager as a whole, as a show in general, and like most of the characters.
Okay.
But Tuvix was just like, that was one episode where it was just the most annoying character mixed with the most boring character, and then you get an even more annoying character, and then there's some sort of moral quandary about it. But it's like, nah, Tuvix had to go. I'm sorry, Tuvix had to go.
Wow. What an icebreaker. Chat, this is going to set the tone for the rest of the night. We know Tuvix murdered. Did Tuvix deserve it? Apparently.
Look, they're trapped in the Delta Quadrant. They have no way to get out. They're trapped on a ship now with one of the most horrible people ever. They're all going crazy, right? They're all trying to keep face. Which I really wish, this is my big problem with Voyager as a whole, is that it starts off with a really good idea, right? They're trapped in the Delta Quadrant. They have to get back. They're low on resources. Well, I guess they try and say they're low on resources, but like they should be like panicked. They literally have to form a bond with the Maquis, like these enemies, these terrorists, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're part of the crew. It's like this shambled together thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's just on edge. And then all of a sudden Tuvix comes in the mix. Like,
yeah.
I'm surprised the entire crew didn't try to kill him. You know what I mean?
You know, that's a good point. I mean, honestly, I had a lot of mixed feelings about the beginning of Voyager. I really did. I really, you know, especially with the way, like, I could not stand B'Elanna in the beginning with the whole attitude of the Maquis and the us versus them. And I'm like, is this Star Trek? Is this what Star Trek is supposed to be about? I thought we were supposed to be, like, getting past these kinds of problems. But yeah, I had some feelings in the very beginning of Voyager. I did.
I kind of wish it stayed that way though, because then it just became a chill pleasure cruise for some reason. That was my big problem with it, is that it was supposed to be like, what happens when the Federation and the Prime Directive is thrown into an area where they have no direct comfort, or like they're not talking to the Federation, like they don't have anybody backing them up. It's just one Federation ship.
Yeah.
And they get to do whatever they want. But they have to get back. They have to survive. But then all of a sudden, it just turns into like a normal Star Trek show where they're all hanging out in the Hollow Suite and everybody's chummy. And I'm like, there's no danger whatsoever. They're like, we'll get back to the Alpha Quadrant. It's fine, whatever. But meanwhile, let's go back to 1996 and meet Sarah Silverman.
All right. Note to self: the year of hell was a pleasure cruise. Note to self. Note to self. Well, before we go on any further, sorry about like the technical difficulties earlier, but I want you to introduce yourself to anyone who might not know you here on my channel. I know we got lots of wonderful people from your community, but just so everyone knows, who's Mr. Scoot?
Hi, I'm Mr. Scoot. I've been streaming on Twitch for what feels like 20 years now. And I used to play mostly retro, and then somewhere along the line my ADHD took over real bad, and I just started streaming everything, whatever I could find, and then getting hyper focused on. So it was pinball for a while, and then
Oh.
now it's a lot of fighting games. I've been playing a ton of fighting games and going to local fighting game tournaments, and
Ah.
yeah, the
I didn't
retro's
know
still
that.
there though.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, retro's still there. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. So wait, like, okay,
Yeah.
well, hold on. Before we get into Star Trek, though, wait. Now I'm curious. So, what fighting games have you been playing lately?
Anything and everything, but the main ones are Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. Tekken 8 took over, though, because Street Fighter 6 I hit like a plateau in, and I couldn't get any
Yeah.
better. But Tekken 8 I've been doing good in. The local tourney I go to does rotating Tekken 8. Street Fighter 6 is the main game, and then there's always like a side game that everybody votes on, and it could
Yeah.
be anything, like retro fighting games or just literally anything. We got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 happening this weekend and Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah. How did you feel about that announcement on Nintendo
God,
Direct?
I woke up to it. I didn't wake up in time to see it live, but then I got like 700 DMs from everybody being like, "Marvel's back!"
Yes.
And I was just like,
Yes.
"Yeah, no, that was the best announcement. It was incredible. Mostly
Yeah.
I'm a big Maximilian Dude fan. Like he's one of
Yeah.
my favorite streamers
yeah,
and
yeah.
content creators.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the whole free Marvel thing, and to see his reaction and him like just go through a roller coaster of emotions was
Yeah.
honestly my favorite part.
Oh, yeah. I've been following Maximilian Dude for a long time. And yeah, absolutely agree. Such a great channel. And yeah, like, actually I'm looking at my shelf right now. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for PlayStation 2 is right over there on my shelf. And I need to learn how to play it. Because I want to learn this one right here. You see, what's his name? Servbot.
Servbot.
Yeah.
He's actually the worst character in the game, but you should
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
learn him.
But wouldn't that like kind of like be like, oh,
Yeah.
Servbot, this
No,
person's a
that's
scrub,
right.
and then you come out and you're like, whoa, pro Servbot
Yeah.
player. Oh, snap.
Roll it. Get in there. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm saying once this collection comes out,
Yeah.
we can do tournaments and stuff with other streamers, do like a Twitch Rivals thing. I don't know, because that'll be accessible and everybody can play it.
Okay, wait a minute. Did you know, for you and everybody else in chat, Twitch Rivals does take suggestions. And I would highly, highly recommend writing that up right now. And I have put together a submission for Twitch Rivals before. So if you ever need help figuring out how to do that, you message me immediately. I got you.
I was gonna say, I think Max is already gonna do it, but still.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, hey, they're gonna need team captains though.
That's true. I'll get it on there. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay.
No,
All
that'd be
right.
awesome. That'd be awesome.
So, chat. Also, before we get into Star Trek, I also want to share, our Macho Man, because Mr. Scoot's a big Macho Man fan. So I brought this.
He's the patron saint. Yeah. Of our stream.
I brought this out of the plushie pile because usually he sits in the plushie pile. So
I like how his coat's just blasted open. He's just like,
yeah,
time, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure we had that on deck for you. Welcome you in. Show how excited we are to have you here. And also, I just noticed on your mic, the Bit Brigade. I saw them. I saw them at MagFest.
PAX? At MagFest, yeah.
Yeah. Well, at PAX as well. Last year I saw them at PAX, and I saw them at MagFest this January that just passed.
Yeah. PAX was the first place I saw him, and then I saw him. They came to my town like randomly, and I got to see him like at a local bar.
That's so cool.
I love Bit Brigade. So cool.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Chad, if you don't know who Bit Brigade is, please look up Bit Brigade. They're a wonderful band that plays live. And then they have a guy on stage who literally has like a CRT set up with an NES game, and he plays it, and they play to what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
it's
like
really
he'll
cool.
play the game level by level, and then they're like, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's super awesome. Also, chat, let me know if I gotta turn Scoot's volume up. I'm sure it's fine, but just in case, I just like to make sure we get that feedback from chat, like, hey, everything's good. Okay.
I can crank it even more. I'm just
I think you're
always
good.
nervous about my set. I'm like, I don't want to touch it anymore.
Don't touch it.
I'll just shout.
So, okay, getting back to some Star Trek talk, right? All right. So we talked about Tuvix. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about Tuvix.
Please do.
It's weird. I can hear Scoop, but he's not yelling nearly enough. Wow.
Can we please ban Big Red Pimp, please? Can we ban my number one mod? Let's get out of here.
So,
I'm gonna need
okay.
your help in here. You're not my mod in this channel, Big Red. You're on thin ice.
No shenanigans over here. When I first heard about Tuvix, right? Like when I first watched that episode, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked the character a little bit because let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Neelix annoyed the crap out of me in the beginning. I think it was the whole Neelix-Kess dynamic that was just annoying. And I wanted to like Tuvok, but Tuvok just seemed too, like, rigid. So I was
Tuvok is too generic Vulcan.
Yeah.
Is what I've always he's a Vulcan with no sauce. Like there's nothing that makes Tuvok other than he is also Vulcan. He is Vulcan character. There he is.
Yeah. Like the most interesting episode was the Ponfar stuff. Like that was like very, very
Ponfar
interesting.
is always great. Ponfar is always great because that's just like that's when Star Trek goes off the rails. You know, I mean, Star Trek always goes off the rails, but the idea of Ponfar in general, where they're like this logical species that's very monotoned and very intelligent and have no emotions whatsoever. The only time they get anywhere near emotional is when they horny. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
Exactly.
And they go hard. They go real hard.
And you're just like, oh.
Oh,
okay.
Oh. Yeah, like cats and heat. Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. Exactly.
It goes 0 to 100 anytime a Ponfar episode's happening. You're like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Man. So okay, so all right. Tuvix out of the way. What is your favorite Star Trek series? Do you have a favorite
DS9.
star? Is it easy? Deep Space Nine,
Easy.
right?
Yeah, easy. Deep Space Nine all day.
Okay.
Which it wasn't as a kid. When I was growing up watching Star Trek, I actually didn't like DS9 at all. Because when I was younger, it made me. I thought it was like a soap opera. It was like watching one of my mom's soap operas. I was like, oh, I don't like it. Because DS9 is very story told, it's very story driven and continuous, right? Like each episode's, there are some one-off episodes, but mostly DS9 is a continuous story, right? There's arcs that keep going. Every episode leads into each other pretty well. And I remember just thinking as a kid, it just didn't interest me, you know, them being on just the one station. Nothing really happened. It was a lot of political shenanigans and nothing happening until, of course, like season 4 when stuff actually goes down. We get the Dominion War and then it's fun. But when I got older, I remember I moved in with a friend and he really was huge Star Trek, bigger Trekkie than I'll ever be in my life. And I remember him talking about DS9 and I said the same thing. I was, DS9 sucks. I was like, it's like lame. It's boring. And he's like, oh no, sit down. We're watching this. And I was like, okay. And then like I got sucked in and just digested it. And it became instantly my favorite. And I've watched it maybe 10 times through. Like it's my show that I put on in the background when I just need something.
Wow.
Like it's my comfort food. I love all the characters. I love the story. I love the setting.
Yeah.
I love where it goes. I mean, season 7 doesn't stick the landing, but they tried.
They tried. Yeah.
Tried-ish.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. You know what was almost going to be the going live notification was going to be no, actually, I think no. I was gonna write, why is Jadzia Dax the best character? Actually, I put that in the tweet. I
know, I saw that, and then I was gonna argue on it.
Whoa! Okay.
Because I have a completely different take on that. I think Jadzia is actually the most boring character on the show, but she has potential, and they never realized her potential until Ezri, and then it was the wrong time.
Right.
Because Jadzia is supposed to be this wonder, like the Trill, right? They have hundreds of years of experience from going from host to host, right?
Right.
Jadzia never really did anything with that. She was just kind of the plucky science officer. And then every once in a while, she'd be like, oh, I remember this thing from like 100 years ago. And you're like, okay, cool. Got to remember you're a Trill.
But wait, what about the episode episode where like she had that symbiote that was like the killer, and she it was blocked out? Remember?
I'm gonna just say Jadzia only gets like 2 to 3 episodes when you really think about it. She doesn't get a lot of episodes like the rest of the cast. Anytime Jadzia is the focus, it's about the symbiote, which is great, and you get the one where they split the symbiote, you get Curzon, you get all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then mostly towards the end, it's just she's with Worf, and it's Worf and her, and that's it, right? And I like their relationship. I think that's the greatest thing. It's beautiful. They complete each other, but it kind of just becomes the focus, and then Jadzia is kind of in the background still. It's more about Worf to me. And then when Ezri comes in season 7, I get why people don't like Ezri. It's because, hey, Ezri, it's the last season, right? The Dominion War is wrapping up. You got all this stuff happening. You just want it to be over. You're like, we need to get to the resolution. And then all of a sudden they drop this brand new character on you. And even in the show, she's like trying to get to know everybody. And everybody's like, nah, we don't want to know you. You're not Jadzia. Get out of here, Ezri. And she's like, okay. And she runs away like a little sad puppy. But she has the qualities I wanted from a Trill character, where she's battling with the idea of who she is.
Right.
Because she's like, she was this person before. Now she's like, but now I'm Ezri Dax. And she's battling with this whole life. She has all the memories of Jadzia, where she's like, the feelings with Worf, where she's like, well, I still love you. And he's like, whoa, what?
Right.
Get away, woman.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting, but they spend too much time on Ezri in season 7 when you just want the rest of the Dominion War stuff to wrap up, right?
Right.
Like it needs to come to the conclusion. So a lot of time is wasted on Ezri, even though I like the stuff that they do with her, because I think it's more interesting than anything they ever did with Jadzia. There.
Well,
wrapped up succinctly.
Wow. So much to think about right there. I mean, I just feel like it sucked because she got shoehorned into this position, right?
Yeah.
Like she got shoehorned in, and you're like, well, I don't really know what to do with this information. And then change is hard for people, right? So then they're gonna naturally compare, like even in Star Trek life, right? If I'm like Worf, I'm like naturally gonna compare you, because I'm like, that's the person that I knew. I don't want this new thing. Get out of here. What is that? You know? I want to know the person that I used to know, you know? So I get it. But then, Bashir, then, I guess he kind of wins out, but.
Yeah, Bashir does win out. Bashir's like, oh, snap.
I get a shot now.
He's like, I tried loving Jadzia the entire time, and then she went with Worf, and then you got the memories of Jadzia. So I don't know, the new. That's just it was weird. That was so weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, not cool, Bashir. Not cool.
it was like, it was kind of, I don't know.
Weird love triangle. Ezri should have just not been a character. In all hindsight, I really enjoy her, and I wish it had happened. If it had happened like the middle of the show, cool. Yeah. But the fact that it happened last season, I don't think she should have been allowed on DS9.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just in the universe.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think it definitely made things like extra complicated for no reason, because even in Trill society, that wouldn't have been really allowed, right? Because they're like, oh, you can't be fraternizing. Yeah, so yeah. Well, then again, I mean, I guess maybe it, because Jadzia, when she was Curzon, she was still friends with Cisco. So maybe it's only romance, right? Like, I think that's what they said. It was only romantic or family or something.
It was just too soon. I mean, I guess it's because she has all the knowledge of what's happening because of Jadzia. Mm-hmm. So it was an asset during the war, because it's all about the Dominion War, right? So it's true. You got to wrap this stuff up. She's an asset because she still knows all this stuff. But yeah, it just felt like it was all the focus on will they, won't they, instead of what's going on in the presence. It was like, it's fine.
And then you had that weird episode where I think it was like she was trying to introduce us to her like siblings or something, and then you're like, what is this? Like, this don't even fit in. It didn't make sense. There was a lot of stopgaps in season 7, and then it gets real ham towards the end. That's why the end of 7 feels super rushed. Yeah. Where those like last 4 episodes are wild. Goldicott's like a Bajoran for some reason. Yeah. And he's like the leader of the paw race, and they're in that cave, and Kai Wynn's like made of lava or something. I honestly never remember. It goes by so crazy at the end there. Wait, but can we wait? Hold on. Okay, wait. Maybe I might have to take this back because I did say Jadzia is the best, but I really, truly, truly think two of the best characters that like were like good foils off each other was Gul Dukat and Kai Wynn. Like I just something about that whole dynamic was like so evilly sweet, you know?
They're
like
Disney villains. They're beautiful Disney villains.
They are.
And they complement each other's horrible nature because both of them are terrible, right? Like Gul Dukat, number one, Gul Dukat is one of my favorite characters of all time. Like he's so flawed and perfect, and
I love
Waltz
him.
is an episode that I adore for my entire life. And then Kai Wynn is just literally Kai Wynn is Cruella DeVille / Professor Umbridge, right? From like she's basically that character, just a mean, staunch, religious zealot nut who is so caught up in her ways that she won't listen to anybody or any change. And then so she finds common ground with evil lizard man who thinks he's also right. He doesn't remember, because Gul Dukat's defining feature is he never thinks he's a bad guy. He thinks he's the hero. He's not doing things because he's clearly evil. He thinks he's helping people,
right? And that's what like to the untrained eye, somebody who just met Kai Wynn, they'd be like, she's like, that's how evil and conniving she is. Like when you first meet her, she'd be like, oh yeah, she's out here for the good of the Bajorans. You know what I'm saying? But deep down, you're like, nope, nope.
No, she's a space racist.
she's something else. She is really something else. So, oh my gosh. But
a terrorist. Didn't she plant the bomb in the fucking the thing? Like didn't she plant the bomb in the school? Wasn't that the thing that got it was her?
I forgot about that.
Because she doesn't want the kids being taught the other stuff. So she's a terrorist. She like blows up the school.
It was never made clear if it was her or a cult member.
It was absolutely her. I mean, she made the call though. Like let's.
Yeah. She has something to do with it.
She made the call.
She probably had something to do with it. Yeah. For sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, and we cannot forget to talk about Garrick and Wei Yun.
Simple Garrick, just plain simple Garrick.
Yeah, love Garrick.
Yeah, Wei Yun, Jeffrey Combs, VIP, or like the VIP of Star Trek, playing all the best characters, playing Wei Yun. He also plays the Andorian in Enterprise. Which is super cool. He's just so good. He's such a good actor. I love any episode that Wei Yun shows up in.
Yeah.
Oh, and Brunt. That's right. He is Brunt.
Yeah.
I always forget he's Brunt.
Yeah. I remember the first time I encountered Brunt, I was like, man, I hate you so much.
Yeah. How is there a more detestable Ferengi where you're like, they're all the worst people, and then you're like, this is the worst of the worst ones.
Like, come on.
An accountant? Like, you're like an accountant for people who are more about money? Like, he's got to be the worst.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Such good acting. Oh my gosh. And very so fluid, really great. And speaking of Ferengis, like, I just love Nog. Like, I really love the whole evolution of I'm a kid playing and causing trouble to I had to grow up real fast and you know deal with war.
And he's a history maker. He's the first Ferengi in the Federation.
That's true.
Yeah. Or Starfleet, rather. Sorry, in Starfleet, the Ferengis are part of the Federation. Yes.
Are they part
of the Federation? I don't know. Are they?
By the time maybe by the time Picard is rolling around, I don't know. Chat would know. Chat would definitely.
I think
know.
They're out of. I don't know if they're part of the Federation. But Nog was the first Starfleet Ferengi.
Not when Nog joined. I don't think they are. Not officially. They're their own thing. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Okay.
Because you'd have to pay them or something. Like you pay us and we'll be part of the Federation or something.
We have to play by your rules and pay your taxes or whatever. No, I don't think so. I think like if I was to get a dream Star Trek show, I'd like a show that focused on Ferengi and Klingons getting into some antics together. You know? Yeah. And
like the Odd Couples.
Yeah. Definitely.
I was gonna say my dream Star Trek show already happened, and they just talked about it. Lower Decks.
Oh,
is the dream
I love
Star Trek
Lower
show.
Decks. You watched all the episodes. You're all caught up. Okay, good. Okay, So, yeah, when we see General Martok in Lower Decks, I was like, yo, this is so good. Yeah.
I love it because it's canon
Mm-hmm.
somehow, and the most ridiculous and silly, and they let them say as much stuff as they want. The fact that Lower Decks crossed over with oh god, I can never remember the new show. The one with Pike. What's it
Prodigy?
called?
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds, thank you. The crossover episode there, like making them full on live action canon.
Yeah.
And actually letting the voice actress for Marin be the character, and like both of the voice actors, Jack Quaid, like it was just cool to have them be the actual versions of themselves.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
No, Lower Decks is incredible just because they get to say all the stuff I've been saying for years. The fact that the first season has that monument to Chief O'Brien as the most important character in the entire canon, and I agree because Chief O'Brien is the GOAT and there is no better character. DS9 wouldn't exist without Chief O'Brien.
That's so true. That's so true.
He literally is a man who was a transporter. He's not an enlisted man. He's a chief petty officer.
Yeah.
He got transferred over to DS9 from being transporter tech. He was just hanging out on, Enterprise being a transporter tech. And then he's running DS9, a ship he has no idea how to run because it's all Cardassian tech, right? He just has to like bungle things together. He keeps it running. Like that whole ship would explode without him because he just goes and does everything. And then he has to deal with what I tweeted about it. The worst character in any Star Trek show ever, in my opinion, is Keiko. His horrible wife. I'm sorry. Keiko is awful, and I will sit here and I will die on this hill that Keiko is the worst character ever. I do not understand her, and I have a point of like why I think she's the worst. Do you remember the episode? Okay, so here's the thing. Keiko's mean. That's just my thing. She's super mean. Mm-hmm. She's angry all the time. She's mean to Chief O'Brien, even though he saves the day every 5 seconds. She just badgers him like every minute. Every time you see them together, you're like, why are you with this woman? She hates you. Like, she hates you. Like, she does not appreciate anything you do, Miles. There's the episode. Remember, he goes into the mine prison?
Yes.
And he's in the mine prison for like his whole life. When he gets back, she does not care. He's basically like, I was trapped in my own mind for like 80 years. I basically died. And she's like, all right, well, cool. Where you've been? Where's, your daughter missed you, I guess. I'm like, oh God, Keiko, you suck so bad. Here's the thing. So she's mean all the time. Yeah. There's an episode. It's called, what is it? I have it right here. It's called The Assignment. And it's an episode where Keiko is possessed by a paw wraith. Okay?
Yeah.
And she's acting different.
Yeah.
No, she isn't. She's literally the same. Like, you're supposed to think that she's different. Yeah. But she's literally just mean and conniving and manipulate. The whole episode is she manipulates O'Brien to like build this thing I'm on memory alpha here. To like build something to close the wormhole or get access to the wormhole. And O'Brien, because he's such a sweetheart, just does whatever she says and does it. And then at the last minute, it's Rom. Rom literally notices it and goes, that's not, you're building the wrong thing. And he's like, oh. And
Oops.
then he finds out it's all the power wraith. But the point is, like, she's not any different.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the fault of like the actress or just the character. I think it's the character. It's the way the character's written for me.
Yeah.
She just isn't any different. She's just mean and terrible.
Wow.
The whole time. And you're like, how is she different?
I need to go back and watch some Keiko episodes. Like, the only episodes that stick out in my brain are like the one where he makes a dinner for her and it's like, it's like a special day for them, and it's not really, I can't remember if it was like actually their anniversary, if it wasn't really anything, and he's just trying to make her feel better because she lost her job as a teacher. Yeah. And so he like made that whole dinner, and I was like, oh, he really loves his wife. How cute is that? You know what I mean? Like, that's like the stuff that I remember. And like
but she's completely unresponsive that whole time. She's like, every time he does anything nice for her, she's like, I hate you, O'Brien. Like, she's just like, get out of here, Miles. And everything's about her. Anytime she's on the screen, it's all about her job, right?
Yeah.
Like, Miles could come home and literally say like, well, I hope you're here because I literally kept this space station from exploding. You won't believe the stuff that happened today, like all the crazy stuff they get into, right? So he comes home and then Keiko's just like, I don't know, at school, a kid was mean to me in school and did a poopy on the floor. And then he's like, Miles, you never listened to me. And then that's the whole thing. It's just always, obviously teaching is a great job and we should support our teachers. I'm just saying
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
whole thing is she's very entitled about what she does. And then when she gets the school on DS9, it's like oppressively horrible the way she acts. Like she's just very much like the school is the most important thing that could happen on this ship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a war on, honey. I don't know what's going on right now. There are changelings. There are anybody could be anybody.
You know? Yeah. We don't know what's going on. Oh my God.
Which brings me, it's season 2. There's an episode, one of my favorite episodes. It's a great O'Brien episode.
Okay.
And it's the one where he comes back from a trip and everyone's acting really weird on the station to him. Like they're like being very like standoffish. They're like, and O'Brien's like, what the hell's going on? The only one that it's hilarious is that Keiko is just the same again. She's just mean to him still. And you're like, oh, well, Keiko's fine. But it's season 2. And then at the end, you find out that the real O'Brien was captured.
Yeah.
And they cloned him and they sent a clone to DS9 to like gather information. He was like a sleeper agent. And DS9 knew that. So everybody on DS9 knew that was a clone and they were not to trust him. So they were like standoffish and all this stuff. But the thing is, it's really cool because it's season 2. So the changelings aren't a thing yet.
Yeah.
You don't know about them.
Yeah.
Which is the answer in all the later episodes, right? It's like, oh, somebody's different. They're a changeling.
Yeah.
But you don't know that yet. So you're just like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
Except for Keiko. She's completely the same. She's just mean to O'Brien no matter what.
I'm going to have to go back and look at all the Keiko episodes now. I'm going to look and see if there's like a Keiko compilation on YouTube.
She's also in absolutely the worst episode of DS9.
Which is?
Time's Orphan. It's right in the middle of really, really intense Dominion War stuff where like something really crazy just happened. And then the next episode is called Time's Orphan. And it's literally the episode where their daughter falls through a portal.
Oh, yes. And she gets older. Yes.
She's like a feral cave child.
Yes.
Yeah, adult feral Molly.
Yeah.
That episode's horrible. It's so bad, and it's once again focused on Keiko and O'Brien's. You can tell O'Brien's there. He's just in a cave. He's like, "There's nothing electronical here. I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
My child is a feral animal. Whoopsie daisy. I don't know what's happening here." And it's just because it's in the middle of a bunch of really important Dominion War stuff, and they take time out of that to do this weird story with Molly, and you're like,
"Yeah,
I don't care. Like, what's happening right now?"
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot about that one. Yeah. Okay. Keiko. We like Tuvix above Keiko. Okay. A mental note.
Oh yeah, I'll
note.
take Tuvix any day. Keiko is absolutely deplorable in my anytime she appears on screen, I'm like, oh God, here she is.
Not again. Not again.
It's mostly because of how great O'Brien is. Like Chief O'Brien is probably one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah.
And he just deserves a little bit better. He deserves better than her, is all I'm saying. He deserves somebody who would love and treat him well.
Yeah. Mother Troy's your biggest annoyance. You know what? I was a little uncomfortable with the whole she kept like harassing what's his name? Odo.
Harassed him. She loved him.
Oh
my God. Loved
but
Odo.
He was like so like I'm uncomfortable with this. Like leave me alone.
She does harass him. It is very, but like where their story goes, it's because Odo doesn't know compassion and love or anything. Right. He always has to be taught, and even though hers is very aggressive and like, hey, whoa, boundaries, lady.
Yeah, because she treated Picard like that too.
Yeah, she was just getting on everybody. Luoxana, got that Riz. Okay,
yeah,
like Luoxana out there she's looking up everybody. Like Luoxana's been around. She has no judgment. She's made her way through most of DS9 at that point. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
Then she saw Odo, and Odo's the only one that turned her down, and she's like,
wait a minute.
I'm gonna get him.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of, I was a little sad that Odo went off to, be with the other changelings towards the end.
Yeah.
Because I really liked that relationship that him and Kira had, despite the whole, we destroyed a whole planet of people,
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it was so
sort of
romantic.
made sense if it was going to continue and he'd come back. But yeah, I didn't like him going to the Great Link towards the end. It was like, especially after what the changelings did and why they were such a huge part of the thing. But it was always explained that we don't understand. Because the Great Link is just something we'll never understand when you're joined. If you, the Great Link, aka the giant brown puddle, the greatest special effects ever in Star Trek history. The giant planet where there's just a murky dishwater puddle on a planet. That's what we want.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question. Do you think we needed more Q in Deep Space Nine?
No.
Okay.
No, I love Q. I think Q is a fantastic character. I love what they did with Q in the first season where Cisco punches him. And that's supposed to be literally, hey, Q ain't going to mess stuff up on DS9. Right. He's not going to come in here with his shenanigans and mess about. And, Cisco punches him in the face. He's like, Picard would never punch me. And he's like, well, I can't play here. This is awful. People are mean to me. And he just, goes to the other side of the galaxy.
Nice. Okay. I like that. So, okay. So, I always have a hard time figuring out whether I like Deep Space Nine more or TNG more. I always feel like I flip-flop between the two because I really love the Dominion War. I feel like that was such a great Star Trek moment. But there are times when I'm like, for me, TNG is like the comfort one that I put on in the background just because it has that structure, like Deep Space Nine.
It's all just kind of, it's just, you can throw on any episode and you don't need to know anything about the previous episode.
Right. But also because until like Wolf 359 or whatever that war was called, like everything is kind of like, we're the the Enterprise, we're the most important ship in the Federation, and there's a structure and this and that, whereas like in Deep Space Nine I was like, nah, whatever goes,
but in a chilling.
In a different way than like Voyager, because like Voyager, it really is like no man's land, whatever goes, but that's because they're like, oh, what's the Prime Directive? I don't know.
Yeah, they had to kind of blur the lines in Voyager, which again, I wish they did more. I wish there was more of like, screw the Prime Directive. We get to do whatever. Who's going to tell?
Yeah, who's going to tell,
Who's going to tell? Well, who's also going to promote Ensign Kim, the man who died like 5 or 6 times and never got field promoted by Janeway. That's on Janeway. I'm sorry. Yeah. Man was an ensign the entire time. Get out of here.
Wait, no, I'm not dishing on. No. Listen. I like Janeway, okay? I respect Janeway for what she had to do with the resources she had. I'm just saying, I'm just saying,
I think she just listened to Chakotay a little too much. Chakotay never had anything interesting to say.
Oh, wow.
He was just there.
Okay. Interesting. Elaborate on this.
Voyager to me is so like, I roll my eyes. There are like a few good episodes of Voyager, but on the whole, I think it's my least favorite Star Trek. Like I'll watch Enterprise and other things over Voyager. Like I just yawn.
I haven't watched Enterprise yet.
It's pretty good. Enterprise is better than a lot of people say. It's interesting seeing like the first era of Star Trek before, the Prime Directive is even a thing. There is no Prime Directive in Enterprise. So they're just like finding their way through the galaxy, figuring stuff out.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Unfollowing me because I don't like Voyager. I know I'm gonna have a lot of opinions on Voyager. I knew when I come here talking about it. It's okay. I'll die on that hill, and it's my own burden to. I'll carry the Voyager sucks cross forever.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Like, okay, there's a lot of stuff I like about Voyager, like the Doctor and 7 of 9. I love 7 of 9.
The Doctor's best character.
Yeah.
But 7 of 9 doesn't even get there until like season 5 or something. Like half the show, she's not even in it.
Right. And then they boot Kes, they get rid of Kes. That was like great,
Yeah.
But What I
Season
don't
4. Thank you, Selah.
you know what I didn't like, and I know people might be like, come on, Ash, you know, the whole what's that thing that Tom Paris used to do where they would be in the hollow deck and there was like the black and white episodes? Like, I did not like those episodes.
I don't
You
think I
know?
remember.
You know what?
There's a lot of things that I've blacked out about, like like Voyager. Like the where I said that my brain
Captain
is like a bad
Proton.
hard drive. Like I'm
Ye-
like, Voyager not good, therefore eject. Captain
Yeah.
Proton. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, you know why? Because like, you know, it just felt so gimmicky. Whereas like on Deep Space Nine, when they went back to what you call it in Vegas with the
Mhm.
singing dude, that didn't feel gimmicky to me. You know?
That was good. Or TNG with Dixon Hill, right? With Picard.
Yes.
He's the private detective.
Yes.
Like that's great
Right.
stuff.
Right. Oh, because like I feel like sometimes when they're like, oh, we're gonna go back to the 21st century, you know, the 20th century, like those feel gimmicky sometimes. But
Yeah.
those ones did not feel gimmicky. But
Yeah, but and Bashir, yeah, because Bashir got to be James Bond, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
yeah,
But yeah,
Yeah.
Tom Paris.
yeah.
Look,
Vic
the only thing
Fontaine.
I will always laugh at and love about Voyager is that episode, the Warp 10 episode, where they just
Oh.
don't talk about it ever again.
Yeah.
Where they go so fast they turn into lizards and have babies, and then they're like, well, don't ever talk about this ever again. I'm like, isn't that like season 2? Like it's like very early on in that show. And you're like, we
Yeah.
can never talk about this? Like Tom Paris, you don't think Tom Paris and Janeway ever catch each other's eyes in the hallway and they're like,
No. Yeah. I
I
definitely
want to relive that one.
Yeah.
Like we have
100%.
children somewhere out there. We have children. We have lizard children somewhere. Those are our babies.
Oh my
I'm not paying
God.
child support for them lizards.
Did you ever watch all the episodes of TOS?
Yeah.
Okay, I have not yet. I'm still in the middle of that. I have not yet.
Long time ago.
Okay.
TOS is also kind of an acquired taste to me. It's not terrible, right? This is not the same way. TOS is just a very different show. I look at it the same way as like old Doctor Who. Like I like old Doctor Who, but it's
Yeah.
like a very specific style of like the 60s and 70s where it's a little, you know, the low budgety kind of silliness.
Yeah.
And then I like more modern Star Trek and more modern Who,
Yeah.
you know, better. But I
Yeah.
don't hate it. You know, I like old
Yeah.
Star Trek. It's what created it, and we wouldn't have anything without it.
That's true.
And there's
That's
some great
true.
episodes.
Thank you, Lucille Ball, for funding that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Television wouldn't exist without Lucille Ball.
For real. Like pivotal.
Yeah, she's the mother of primetime television. There would be no, like, we wouldn't have sitcoms. We wouldn't have anything without her. Like, she paved the way for all of that.
Yeah, for real. Yo, shout outs to Lucille Ball. I mean,
Mhm.
I just so every time I start an episode of TOS, like I have to restart it because I inevitably fall asleep. And I don't know if it's because the different pacing or
It is, yeah.
yeah, it's like the
No,
pacing.
I'm the same way. My
yeah.
brain turns off. Yeah, I just,
But it's also like super comforting. Like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like this weird, like, I really want to watch this, but dag, man, I just feel so comfortable. I'm just going to rest my eyes real quick.
yeah. It's very much a background show or something like that, but it doesn't have the same vibe as like modern Trek, which is funny saying modern Trek because modern Trek is now like Discovery and Strange New
Yeah.
World. So
Yeah.
90s Trek,
you-
late 80s, 90s Trek.
Did you watch all of Discovery?
Yeah. Well, not the new season. I haven't watched the new season that just came out because I was really disappointed in the season before that.
Okay.
I was on Discovery's side. Like I really enjoyed Discovery up to a point. I thought it was really good when they split off from the timeline and they did their own thing in the future. I thought it was really cool. It's just the problem with Discovery that I have is Star Trek is about the characters, right? Like
Of
Star
course.
Trek is all about the crew and who is there. I'll ask you a question, Ash. Name me the crew of Discovery. More than the main two people.
I never watched one episode of Discovery.
Okay, you haven't watched any of it. All right, yeah. This is what I ask anybody in the chat, and don't look it up because every time I talk to Discovery about anybody, I go, name the person who flies the ship, name the security officer, name me any of their dang names. Yeah, who are the bridge crew? Do you know them? Because they're not there. It's literally just the, it's the see, I can't even think of their names now. But Michael Burnham. It's the Michael Burnham show, and Saru. And that's it. And then Tilly, who's like the comic relief. And Tilly honestly bothers me because the way she's written is she is a character from a different show. She doesn't make jokes that exist in a Star Trek universe.
Yeah.
That's my problem with her.
Wow.
Literally, I joked about Tilly. This is for the chat because Tilly's character, I swear to God, if she entered every room to like comical tuba music, it would make more sense.
Oh
Like,
my
because she's
gosh.
just a walking cartoon character. She's just like anxious and bumbling. You're like, who are you?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Interesting. So you feel like they kind of deviated from the typical Star Trek vibe of like making it an ensemble show that's about characters and depth of the characters and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They
Interesting.
sort of try, but it's mostly just about Michael Burnham, the main character, and then like two others. Like there's Stamets and Culver who are cool. It's the doctors and the science officer.
Yeah.
But there's not as much of you don't know half the characters. And
Wow.
there's like a few episodes where, I mean, spoilers here, where like a character that we're supposed to care about will just, be gone, and we're supposed to care, and you're like, I didn't know, who were they?
Yeah.
And like the whole ship's like, we are really sad that this character's gone, and you're like, well, who were they? We don't even know who they were. Like, we never even saw them.
Wait, Tricky says they have a serious question for you. It's a very important question for this stream. Tricky, please.
Hit me, Tricky.
I want to
me.
know the question. So you watched Enterprise, you watched Discovery, you watched Lower Decks, TOS, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, TNG.
The only one I'm not caught up on is Strange New Worlds.
Okay. Eliza Flores. See, I don't know if Mr. Scoot's gonna know Eliza Flores. Do you know who Eliza Flores is? It's not in the show. It's not in the show.
At the top of my head, I don't know.
Yeah. So
that's probably not good. Did I fail the test?
No.
This is from Star Trek Online.
It's from the game. Yeah. Because there's
she's one of my. That's right, on my crew. Or
Yeah.
Okay.
So the running joke is because she's like the normal part of the crew. Hi, Broom Hatter. Hello, welcome, Raiders.
Welcome
Hello.
in, y'all.
Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, Broom Hatter is one of my amazing mods who also loves Pokemon and Kirby and retro games and Nintendo games. Yeah. Thank you so much for the
Kirby
raid.
hat. There's your Kirby.
Oh,
so do I have something Kirby sitting here?
I love that.
Look under the bill. It's got the little snacks.
That is so cute. I love that. That's such a great hat. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah, Broom Hatter says, love the hat. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid, Broom. I hope we had a good...
Kirby's the best.
I hope we had a good broadcast. Yeah, it's me and Mr. Scoot. We're talking about Star Trek today. And we're going to play Star Trek Online a little bit. But I'm just
yes,
having
hat is my opinion.
Yeah,
Hat is my opinion of Eliza Flores. So we're doing this to talk mostly Star Trek, and then the hook was Star Trek Online. I played Star Trek Online. It's like feels like well over a year, maybe 2 ago, and I don't remember anything about it. So there's very much like I enjoyed my time with it, and then it just faded away. ADHD, folks.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember half the crew. So
yeah. Well, here's the great thing, chat. The thing that I really love is that we'll get to thank you, Broom, for gifting that tier 1 sub to Retro Junkie. We'll get to really like show like, because here's the thing, Scoot, there's a lot of lapsed players with this game. Like I constantly get people who say, oh, I used to play this game and I stopped and I was thinking about coming back to it, but I wanted to see what it was like. So it'll be kind of fun to hear from your perspective some things that you notice about the game as somebody who hasn't played it in a long time and are maybe
enjoying
now
it.
Yeah.
I was a big World of Warcraft player for many years, so it kind of filled the gap, I remember, and then I was like, oh, Star Trek. Then my favorite part is naming ships, so I did log in for this, and I forgot my characters and what I had named my ships, and I had a real good time laughing at how stupid I am, but my main character's Commander Rump Beefbone, and his ship is the USS Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Oh my God, that is
and that's
amazing.
The third ship in a line, and I remembered the original ship was the USS Mountain Dew Code Red, and then it was followed by the USS Cool Ranch Doritos. So every time I made a new ship, it was just a different snack food. I was like, that's great.
But all the best snack foods. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it.
And then I had
love it.
one other character, and I was like, I don't even remember making this one, but I made a Klingon, and her name was Peg Uranus.
Oh my God.
It was Peg apostrophe Uranus. I'm sorry, everyone. And she was the captain of the IKS Nickelodeon Gach. So that's the type of person I am, and I apologize for it. So I own that one. That's there. Apologies. The Nickelodeon Gach is a pretty good one. That was the Nickelodeon Gach.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's just
It's a family friendly stream. I'm sorry. Her name is Peg, and then apostrophe a planet. Okay, I could say that. That's the planet Uranus. That's how it's spelled, by the way. Not like you get it. All right, everything's fine.
That is so funny. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I feel like I blacked out because I don't remember making that character. When I looked at it, I was like, what was I on? Did I do that on stream? What happened? Who did this?
My tablet's covered in 7-Up. I'm calling the police. Oh my God. That's funny. That is so funny. Okay. Well, you know what? We have been talking for an hour. Like, I love talking to you about this stuff. I have learned so much about how you feel about Star Trek. Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
how I hate Keiko.
Keiko, Tuvix. You love Gul Dukat, which I love
him.
Gul Dukat. You know,
Cisco's the best captain, in my opinion.
yeah, Cisco is the best.
No nonsense. No nonsense. The man gets stuff done.
Yeah,
Through the pale
yeah.
moonlight, that episode where he's talking directly to the camera.
Excellent. Oof. Yeah. I brought out the Deep Space Nine. You know.
Wait, hold on. Flip it upside down. Now it's Terok Nor. Bam.
Oh.
Or no, Evok Nor. Impok Nor, right? Impok is the other one. Terok Nor is the Cardassian name of DS9.
Yes.
And the upside down one is Impok Nor or whatever.
That's that right. Was the other one they went to with the Ferengi.
Yeah. All they did was just flip it upside down, and they just like darkened it.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. That's very.
They just used the same model, and they were like, just make it upside down. It'll be different.
Yeah. Wow. Are you keeping up with the Cardassians?
Oh my God, I do have a DS9 plate. It's in my room. I'd have to go grab it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Trim got me like a commemorative DS9 plate. You know, like those old lady plates that people, grandmas have on their walls?
Yeah, no,
I know DS9.
I know someone, Will Shand, who has a few of those. Yeah. He has a Geordie LaForge one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I am keeping up with the Cardassians. Yeah, they're my favorite.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Chat, thank you so much for being here and being awesome, and you know, keeping the all the great comments coming. Like, yeah. I love it. This is so great. Okay, I'm gonna hit play on the game. Let me pause this lovely
I should load it up too.
I definitely want to look at some ships and stuff, and probably just run around Earth Space Dock for a little bit. And I'm trying to think if there was any other questions I had about the show. Oh, we didn't even talk about the movies. Oh
my God. I mean, we can listen. I can keep talking Star Trek all day. We don't even have to get to Star Trek Online, in my opinion.
Gosh.
But we can.
I mean, I just love talking to somebody else about Star Trek.
All day.
This has been great. Like, okay, wait. Now, are you a fan of... Okay, first, let me tell you, I only saw the first Kelvin movie. Only the first JJ verse movie. Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of those movies?
I am-ish. Like, I don't have any strong opinions of them other than the pinball table is really good.
Okay.
There's a really good pinball table that's based off the Kelvin timeline. Starring Star Trek. It's awesome. It's my favorite pin.
I think I've seen it before, and I went to a pinball museum recently, and I think I saw it there. Yeah.
Yes, really good. It's like my favorite pin. So that one's good. The movies are like fun, kind of popcorny. You know, they're more blockbusters than they are Star Trek. I mean, there were ideas, and I feel like they missed them. Into Darkness is the one where I assume you haven't seen them, but you know what happens like in Into Darkness.
Mm-mm.
like Benedict Cumberbatch's character at all? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
Well, then I will not ruin it if you ever do watch it. There were some good ideas, just a few misses, and then they're not super memorable. Like I don't remember what happens in the third movie at all. I feel like
Okay.
I just watched it like a year ago, and I could not tell you the plot or what happens.
Right, right, right. I mean, I get because I recently watched that first movie, right?
Yeah,
And when I was watching it, the first thing I said to them is, "Why is he ordering Cardassian ale?" Like
yeah.
that was
They wouldn't have been there at that point.
no. So
They were just like mix matching.
yeah. So that was when I knew trouble was a brewing, you
Yeah,
know?
they were cherry picking the best ideas from everything, and then the thing to make it like its own timeline. I was fine with it because it's like, oh, cool, you can just do whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be like the original series. And then, Star Trek nerds, as we all are, all of us Trekkies are like, no, you can't do that. There's
Yeah.
no other timelines. We're like, they do it all the time. There's time travel and timelines in like every show.
Yeah.
Nothing makes any sense. Like, it's fine. Chill.
Yeah. 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 Oh, for Levan, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 33 months. Levan actually was a Borg for the Star Trek experience.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. Tonight is
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Borg. Yeah, exactly. So we're just talking all things Star Trek tonight, Levan, me and Mr. Scoot.
What was your designation? Do you remember your designation? What of number were you? Do you remember? 5 of 16. Yes, I love it. I love that you were just like, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And then New World Rain asks, Asher Scoot, are you a fan of Star Trek video games? Now, I know you've played other Star Trek video games on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one particular, it's my favorite. And funny enough, it's Voyager. See, I'm not a big Voyager fan, but the video Star Trek Elite Force, Voyager Elite Force, which is a Quake 3, it's on the Quake 3 engine. So it's a first person shooter. And it's really good. It's just like, it's Quake 3, but with Star Trek. And I used to play the death matches all the time because you got to run around like the holodeck, and it was holo matches, and you just use Star Trek guns and phasers and stuff.
Yeah.
Love that game. It's got a great story too. The full cast from Voyager redoes their roles, and they talk, and they're talking to you and stuff.
Yeah.
There is a Captain Proton level. Oh, wait, I think that's Voyager, or I think that might be Elite Force 2 that has the Proton level.
Yeah.
Unless it's the Captain Proton level in like the holodeck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have not played that. They are available on GOG, so I was thinking about getting them because they have Elite Force and Elite Force 2.
They're good. There's also a PS2 version, which is not as good, but it's on the PS2 if you ever find it.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Yeah. Whenever the next time I go to a retro game shop, I'll keep my eye out for it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the lurk, Levan. One of my favorite games, New World Reign, that we recently played, other than playing Star Trek Online, is Star Trek: A Final Unity, which was a DOS point-and-click adventure game that it's made by Spectral Holobyte. And all the actors from TNG play their characters in the game. It's excellent.
I always really wanted to get into those. I like watching other people play adventure games. Like, I can't do point and clicks myself.
Yeah.
I get like lost and I don't care. But watching other people play them, so like if somebody else is streaming them, I'm into it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is my pace. But
yeah,
if I'm like left in charge of the exploration, I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
I malfunction. So
I don't know if
the old DOS ones.
I don't know if you noticed this, but right now, Washington and I suspect Nuke for Prez were just here throwing balloons and doing random things in the background of the game while we're chatting here on Earth Space Dock. So I don't know if you...
I should still load in. Hold on, I gotta load in. I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, we're talking Star Trek again. I'm just loading in. All right.
Yeah, load in. Come and join me at Earth Space Dock. They already got my character dancing for some reason. What about that new Star Trek? Oh, yes, they did announce a new Star Trek Tactics game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I feel like all the latest Star Trek games have been pretty good. I come from an era where they weren't, right? Like, you had the DOS games, and I wasn't a computer kid when I was younger, so I couldn't play them. And then all I had was like, Star Trek on the NES,
Mm-hmm.
which was confusing as hell, and I didn't know how to play it. And then
It,
the one I remember playing the most growing up was like the TNG game
yeah.
on Super Nintendo and Genesis, specifically the Genesis one I played the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember kind of loving it. And then I tried streaming it one time. I was like, oh, I like this game. And I found out there's no saves, there's no passwords. You just have to beat the game in one sitting,
Oh my
and it's
God.
kind of long. And if you die, like if everybody's dead, you have to start the whole game over. And I was
Oh,
like, oof, no,
yeah.
thank you.
That is rough. Hold on. Someone was saying that they had the Star Trek Game Boy game, and I'm pretty sure I have that one too. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that
TNG
the
and I think originals on Game Boy.
yeah, the TNG game on Game Boy. Yo, what? Samuel Grimm, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you so much.
Hello, Samael. How are you?
Oh yeah, here it is. So I tried to play the TNG game on NES. I did not understand what the heck I was supposed to do.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I did not understand. I also tried to play the Deep Space Nine game on Genesis.
Very confusing and awful. And I want it to be good. I remember when I found that out, I was like, why is this game not good?
Yeah. Here's the fun bit though. We can learn more about it because at Summer Games Done Quick, someone will be speed running it for the awful block. And I can't wait to watch
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna be cool. That'll be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I can't wait to, because
Yeah.
now I'll actually get to know what to do.
It is cool running around like the promenade. You get to like run around, the promenade in the beginning. But it is early DS9. I think it's like season 3 DS9. So you got you got Hair Cisco. He doesn't have his goatee yet. He's not.
Right. Okay, wait, I have a question for you. Are you in the same camp as everyone else about the Alan Moraine episode?
Yes, and fun. I don't know if Joe, are you in the chat? I don't know. My friend Fatal Pierce is in the chat. He's one of my mod's good friends. We did a D&D campaign, and he snuck that into one of our campaigns, where the way to solve a puzzle was to do this stupid like Alamarain dance thing. And I caught on to it, and I completely bypassed it by not doing it. And he was so disappointed that we didn't have to do the stupid dance thing. I knew what you were doing. You were no.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is so funny. So like you saw it coming and you were like, "No, we're going to skip it."
It was the way he was explaining it. Like we got stuck in a
Yeah.
trap, and then the way he started explaining it, I was like, hold on.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're
Come on,
putting
man. I
down.
was like, come on, man.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay, let me show you some of my ships.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember how to even. I'm at Earth Space Dock. I'm like, I gotta remember.
Oh,
how
are
to get
you?
back and get
Do
to
you?
It.
Okay, in the top right-hand corner, does it tell you what instance you're in? Like Earth Space Dock number?
I'm in Sol System number 2, so I'm not in Earth. I'm floating outside of Earth Space Dock. Again, I haven't booted this game up
Okay,
forever, so all
that's
these icons are
fine.
confusing to me.
That is totally fine. Yeah. No, don't worry. We're gonna walk you all the way through this. There's so many people in chat that like Bayou Tot's always helping me, Asherooni's always helping me, Washington the Ghost is always helping me. So you have any questions, everybody's gonna be like, don't worry, Scoot, we got you. Okay, do you have a favorite ship?
Oh, I got it here. I can dock. There we go. Do I have a favorite ship? I mean, the Defiant.
The Defiant. Mm-hmm.
It's got to be the Defiant. I know I'm just Deep Space Nining over here, but the Defiant.
Nah, hey, thank you so much for the follow. I totally understand. The Defiant is awesome. I mean, for me, I think it's gonna be the Enterprise D. But then again,
Yeah.
I also I also really love there's like a Borg cube that looks kind of like a peanut, and I always call it the peanut. That one, I really like that one too. I don't know why.
I'm into that. I like the Borg peanut.
Yeah, yeah, the Borg peanut. Do you think there have been people who kind of say that the first Star Trek movie, the very first movie with V'ger and all that stuff,
Hmm.
is kind of the beginning of the Borg? Do you think that that's possible? That that could be?
A little bit, but I think that's just people reaching,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a similar species that could be kind of like linked to the Borg. It's like the proto Borg, but I think that's people just reaching. Everybody wants to, because people just want to tie things together in any fandom, like they'll see,
yeah,
like, you think they planned that? They don't, they had no idea. They're just making stuff up. They're like, they really just made that motion picture to show off the effects, because that movie looks cool, right? Like
oh yeah,
the motion picture looks great. That's
yeah,
why there's so many weird long establishing shots where they're just staring at special effects and not
yeah,
saying a dang word. Right?
yeah,
Remember when, like, they show the Enterprise for the first time and it's just them literally in a shuttle looking at the Enterprise for what feels like an hour while
yeah,
they reveal it?
yeah,
That is all just because it came out 2 years after Star Wars, right? Star
right,
Wars was huge
right,
and created basically special effects for movies. And then Star Trek was like, oh, we're the goats, though. We got to get out here and make a movie that looks better. It doesn't, by the way. But
yeah,
it's still mostly just money shots of nothing, like just seeing special effects. And then, yeah,
yeah.
V'ger.
V
V'ger.
V'ger. Didn't they try to put the Borg
What
in
instance are you in?
Enterprise?
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm in Earth Space Dock 9. Which one are you in?
I'm in number 3.
Okay, I can change.
Yeah. What does Mr. Scoot think about the Orville? That's a good question.
I like Orville. I haven't watched all of it. I think I'm in like season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I do enjoy the Orville. I'm not the world's biggest Seth MacFarlane fan in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I liked it, and I thought there
Okay.
were some cool episodes.
You know what movie I watched yesterday for the first time ever? This is not Star Trek related. Demolition Man.
Yo, Demolition Man's great.
Yeah, that was a very good movie. It was
Yeah.
very, very good. Did you? Okay, so here's what I thought was hilarious, right? There was a part in Demolition Man where they're underground and they're talking to the leader of the other crew or whatever. And then if you look real close, real fast, you're like, wait a minute, wasn't that Jack Black back there?
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? Yeah, Dennis
Yeah,
Leary.
Yeah, Dennis Leary's the leader. Jack Black's one of the like rapscallions. He was in
Yeah.
a lot of weird stuff back in that era.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Neverending Story 3?
No.
Which does exist, and I hate to say that because usually I'm the type of person that says it doesn't exist and you don't ever have to look at it because it's horrible. But
Yeah.
Jack Black's like the main bully in that. Like there's there's a bad guy in the Neverending Story 3, and it's Jack Black.
Wow.
It's like young Jack Black.
Yeah. Was that his breakout role? Wow. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Because
I think
wait,
he's in a few earlier things, but
when did Demolition Man come out? Was like early 90s, right?
93, 94, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's 94.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. That I thought was hilarious. Obviously, I went into this movie not knowing anything about it, not knowing a thing. So when I was like, they got up to the part with the 3 seashells, I was like, well, what does that even mean? Are they gonna explain this? Like, no.
That's the fun joke. There's theories online. There's people that have made documents on how they think that the 3 seashells are used.
Okay.
Pinch with 2 and scoop with 1.
Oh.
That's one of the theories. That's as far as I'll go into it, but I'm sure everybody else has other theories on how you use the 3 seashells.
Oh my god.
But the whole joke is, you don't know how to use them? Yeah. You don't know how to use the 3 seashells?
Yeah. That was funny. And then I kind of like how just what's his name? The leader dude, how like
Oh, Kai Wynn?
Yeah, him. Yeah.
The
Basically.
bad guy that's Kai Wynn,
Basically, yeah. I like how Wesley Snipes is like trying to kill him, and then he's like, man, just somebody else do this for me, and then he's like gone. I
Yep.
love how it's just like so like cut and dry. That's it. Throw him in the fire. He's done. We're moving on. That was
I have
hilarious to
I
me.
have I have 2 Demolition Man alerts on my stream
Oh,
for
you do?
187 bits, for 187 bits, because
Uh,
it's the 187 when it happens. The 187 murder
oh,
death kill,
oh,
murder death kill.
That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. I like that. And then I had a hankering for some Taco Bell, but I refrained.
Oh yeah. Apparently they changed it in the European release. I think
Yes, they did.
It's Pizza Hut in the international release
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they didn't have Taco Bells there or something, so it's Pizza Hut.
right. And then if you look at the dubs, their dubs are
Mhm.
so bad. It was like comically
Oh
bad.
yeah. Where
Yeah.
they're changing over what they say. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's scary how we're almost near that year, the year the film took place, just a mere 8 years away. And you know what bugged me out too about that, Namalki? The fact that, so I went to San Francisco recently, right? And the self-driving cars, the Waymos. And I was like, when I was watching the movie last night, I was like, we're not that far
Yep.
away.
Yeah, we're not that far. Taco Bell's going to take over, guys. Watch out. Watch what, every time they introduce a new menu item, every time a Doritos crazy taco or whatever
Yeah.
comes out, it's just we're one step closer.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh, did you make it to Earth Space Dock?
It is full.
It's full. Okay, I could change my instance.
Yeah.
Which instance are you in?
I'm in 7 right now. It just changed me over there, but that's full as well. So we can go to a lower one or something.
Yeah, let's
11,
go to
12
11. Yeah, let's go to 11. Everybody in chat who's in the game, we're going to Earth Space Dock 11 if you want to come and hang out with us. They already look like the banks now. Yeah, I just thought that was so funny.
Hey,
I was
there
like,
we are.
yeah. Wait, is that your character? Wait, is your character here?
It's Commander Rump Beefbone. That's me.
Oh my goodness.
He's beautiful.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, look, we got everybody here. Teddy's here. Admiral Snack Bar is here. Morel is here.
Snack Bar.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Washington's here. These are all the wonderful people who come and hang out with me pretty much every week we play this game. And one thing that I wanted to, emphasize here, if you ever decide you want to get back into this game for any reason, even if it's just like to play one time, the community is so supportive and helpful. Like everybody here is just like so nice.
I have a ton of money still.
Yeah.
I have a ton of money. I had somebody who came and watched part of my community now who only came because of Star Trek Online and then stuck around. And I remember they played with me and gave me like a ton of credits or something. So I think I have like a bunch of just credits saved up for no reason.
Yeah, same with me. Oh, look, here's a kitty cat. Same. Yeah, everybody in the community, they gave me mad credits, ship parts, ships, everything, everybody is just so nice. And New World Reign says
cube balloons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's like those special things you get. Like there's like the party poppers. So okay, there's mine. New World Reign wants to know, did I ever play the Star Trek VR games? I actually don't have any VR.
Bridge Commander's so fun.
Yeah. You streamed didn't you?
It's hilarious. I did. I streamed it.
Yes.
It was hilarious.
Okay, what's your favorite things about those games?
Just the chaos. Like it was just so chaotic, and it's so cool to be in VR and be on like the bridge of a ship. It's pretty rad. Like it's real like geeking out on it, right?
Yeah.
But just being like the captain and you can only sit in a chair and kind of move and like point your finger, and you're pointing at people and just yelling at them like you do that, and everybody's chaotic. Nobody knows what to do. So you just blow up every 3 seconds. Terrible cruise. We were the worst. We never got anything done. I think we died like over and over again because we just were shouting at each other.
Oh my God. That is so funny. But it must have been cool, like feeling like you're actually in the bridge in like a VR headset. That must be so cool. That was the coolest
part.
Yeah.
That was the coolest part.
I really
and then
wish.
They have 2 modes. So they have three. I think they have 3 themes. They have like the J.J. Abrams verse of the Kelvin timeline version of the bridge.
Yeah.
And then there's a TNG version of the bridge, so you can be on like the Enterprise D, and then you can be on like the old Enterprise from like TOS with all like the little jelly bean buttons.
Oh.
That one's confusing as hell. because
Yeah.
the other ones have like screens with what you're supposed to do and they have information. The
Yeah.
TOS one is literally just jelly bean buttons, and you're supposed to be like, does this and whatever. If you like hover over it, it'll tell you kind of, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That is
nothing
so
happens.
that is so cool. Like one thing that someone introduced to me in this game is you can actually make your ships have the interiors from all those
Yeah,
different ships.
yeah,
And that first
pretty
time
cool.
it blew me away. Like I went onto someone's ship and I was just like, "Oh, this is what it's like to be in, Deep Space 9. This is what it's like to be in Voyager and um what do you call that, the lounge in TNG where Guinan was?
Oh,
Uh
10 forward.
10 forward. I was like, "Yo, this is I wish they would bring back like a real physical Star Trek experience, right?"
Yeah, I know. I never got to go. I really wanted to go and get some Romulan ale and
Yeah.
be drunk on the bridge of the Enterprise. That'd be pretty cool. And just find me passed out in one of the seats. That would, sir, you have to leave. I live here now.
So
This is my home.
Ratigino, this is
This
my
is my
home.
home. When are we
Yeah.
going to Risa?
Exactly,
I got the
exactly.
idol.
Yeah, I have my Horgon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we got a real party here. There you are, Rump Beef Bone. Okay. What kind of ship do you have? Do you have a ship?
Yeah, I guess. I'm like, I don't remember any of it. What do I have? Like, what do I have?
Yeah. Are you
I
going
have
to
like a hodgepodge ship, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I went
Like,
on the
what's
ride
mine? Yeah,
drunk.
the USS Totino's Pizza Rolls. It's a
Oh my,
heavy cruiser
a heavy
that looks
cruiser.
like Voyager mated with something else. There's like 4 nacelles.
Yeah. That's the thing I really like about these ships too, is like how much you can customize them. Cause like this is my
Sorry. My runabout's name is the USS Capri Sun.
Oh my god, that is a you know what's
Keeping it
funny?
in.
I usually have Capri Suns like when I'm streaming.
They're
But I
great.
ran
They're
out.
amazing.
I
They're
ran
amazing.
out. That is so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I have the Cool Ranch Doritos, the Mountain Dew Code Red, the Totino's Pizza Rolls, and then the runabouts, the Capri Sun.
Oh my gosh. Some of the people in the community designed some of the ships in the game. Oh wow. See?
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They also used to have a thing where people could write episodes for the game. But they stopped
That's
doing
pretty
that.
rad.
Yeah. I don't remember why or when, but they've told me like, yeah, they don't do that anymore. The
Maybe
Foundry.
it got a little too out of hand.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
maybe.
when you let people do things, it gets a little crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things, that kind of thing.
Oh, there's like, oh my God. Are you seeing what's going on here? There's like a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
party.
Got a rave going on. Looks like
Yeah.
we got a Reaper from Mass Effect standing here.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what typically happens whenever we stream and I'm just sitting at Earth Space Dock. Everybody comes to hang out. I love it. I love it, you know? Oh my
I
gosh.
love how everyone's kind of a normal character, and then Rump Beef Bones here just looking.
Yeah.
I made him very extra special, as you can see. He's a beautiful creature.
Yeah. What level is your character?
27.
Okay. So, do you want to do a mission or do you want to hang out and talk more Star Trek or
I think to hang out and talk Star Trek. We
Okay.
can do whatever though.
I am totally fine. I'm
You be the
honestly
captain. I'm always talking Star Trek.
I'm so very happy to do that. Like I am so happy to just chill and just be among friends talking about the things that we
Right.
love. That's very
The
cool.
celebration.
Yeah, yeah. And I just think it's so hilarious, like we're like all this stream sniping. Okay, so all right, let me think. Okay, let me think about okay. Have you seen any of the Star Treks that they brought back to the theater? Because they started doing that.
I don't think I've ever seen one in the theater.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. No, that would be really cool.
So I recently, not recently, this was I think last year, went and saw the very first Star Trek movie in the theater.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, hearing the Klingon intro over like, the movie theater speakers was definitely an
Oh, I bet.
experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet. The
Yeah.
closest I have all the original. I have every Star Trek movie up through like TNG on Laserdisc, and I've watched them on Laserdisc, so that's pretty cool
Yeah.
on like a cool sound system and stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, not in the theater. That would be rad.
Yeah. 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 Oh, Asherudy says we can do crappy missions. That's great for leveling and talking smack. Patrols are great for that. We could do patrols. I got to see
Sounds good to
Star
me
Trek.
if you want.
Okay. Okay, so okay, here's what we'll do. Well, first of all, let me add you as a friend. How
Yeah,
do I They got you dancing too.
I'm just out there. Rump is shaking his rump.
Let me see how I can. Okay. I'm going to add you as a friend, first of all. Let's do that.
Oh, there we go.
Then I'm going to invite you to the team. Oh, and by the way, we have like what's it called? We have like a kind of like a guild. I forget what it's called, but we have one of those and like it's cool like you can share like an inventory thing, you
Oh, cool.
know?
Like a guild bank and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the fleet. Thank you.
That
Yeah.
makes more sense. The
Yeah.
Armada.
Yeah. So that's always that's really cool. And then they made like a they call it Ash's PO box and then people like leave items in there for me, which is really nice. So that's how like supportive like the community
Oh
is.
yeah.
They're so
People are just
wonderful.
happy that people are playing this game. I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
keep playing this.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what
good.
happens on like fighting game community is actually I was told that the fighting game community could get a little toxic and not great. I haven't experienced any of that yet. It's usually very specific games, Mortal Kombat. But
Wow.
the, there are like very specific games that we'll go and play on like Fightcade,
Yeah.
or anything like that, where people are just stoked that you're playing this random weird fighting game that's no one has ever played before, or even Soul
Yeah.
Calibur 6. Like when I played Soul Calibur 6 online,
Yeah.
I was getting invites from people to join their Soul Calibur 6 Discord. They're like, we run tournaments every weekend. Please keep playing this game. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh man, Scoot's playing Shaq Fu. Oh my
Yeah, dude.
gosh.
I mean, that is on Fightcade.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to remember earlier when you were talking about Marvel versus Capcom 2. I was like, there's a way that people play these games, but I don't remember
Yeah,
what it's
Fightcade.
called. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it just got rollback. So they just announced literally after the announcement of Marvel versus Capcom the collection, Fightcade just updated a bunch of games to have rollback netcode, so they're way more playable now, which is awesome.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
cool. That's
Gonna have to check
cool.
that out.
Okay, chat. Wait, how many people can we have on a team? Because right now I have me and four other people. Is that the maximum amount of people that we could have
I
on a
think five
team?
is the most. Yeah, five is
Five?
the
Okay,
most.
okay. So we can pick like a super, I don't know how to do the patrol. Is that something that somebody can set up for us? Because I never did it before. So is that something like somebody that's on the team can set up? Because I don't know. Or like if you tell me how to do it, I'll do it. Snack bars, eating a
Yes.
snack. Wow. Wow. And also, I just want to say thank you for taking, because normally Mr. Scoot streams at this time, which by the way, I really should be shouting you out like, hello, what's wrong with you, Ash? But Mr. Scoot usually streams at this time, so please go and give Mr. Scoot a follow and go and hang out there because you'll
Yeah.
have a good time.
It's not a green screen, by the way. Anybody else? It's real back there.
Yeah.
I just did a setup. I was very happy today. I got a new thing coming. I set up another camera with a microphone that I can now switch to, and I can play any of those as a redemption,
Oh my god,
which I'm
that's so
excited
cool.
excited for. We'll see how it works. It'll probably go wrong, but when in
Yeah.
doubt.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna pin this message here. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. All right. So how do we set up? Okay, you can have up to 10 for crystalline catastrophe, but that's only one that allows more than 5. Make sure you leave the space dock with a warp core. Wow.
So many
Wow.
requirements.
So if to join patrols individually, you have to hit the TFO button under your map. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
PvE, your fleet, daily duty officers. Is it this PvE thing? This
Yeah.
you were talking
Task Force. So
you
TFO.
okay. You were talking about how you were like, "Oh my gosh, I don't remember how to do any of this."
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am just as bad. I am just as
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, I'm like, and okay, there's a patrols tab. I see it. Cool. There we
Okay.
go.
Patrols, okay. So should we just pick like the first one?
Sure.
Chat?
Or Delta Quad. We can do Voyager. There's Age of Discovery, Klingon Civil
Oh,
War, Mirror Universe.
whichever one. Okay, I'm sure they're going to
Whatever
carry
works.
us. Honestly, I'm sure they're going to
Yeah, yeah.
carry us. So, let's do wait, I have a question for you before we do this. What do you think about Mirror Universe Kira?
What don't I think about Mirror Universe, Kira?
Delta Quadrant has some good ones. Okay, let's do the
Ooh.
Delta Quadrant one. But okay,
Oh,
I'm going to be honest with you. I picked the first one in the Delta Quadrant. I picked the first one. I don't know if everybody else has to do it
the
the same.
Aftermath one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah. I wonder, yeah, does it launch as all or do we all have to click it?
I think you all have to click it.
Okay. I launched it.
Okay, I see Washington.
There, I just launched.
Awesome. I see you. I see Teddy. Okay. And we're missing one more person. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time I saw
Yeah.
Mirror Universe Kira, she freaked me out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love
She
Mirror Universe episodes in DS9 are like, anytime it happens, I'm like, yes, let's go. The stuff is messed up.
Okay. So what we have to do is assist survivors, repair, rescue, aid ships at the Nav Alpha, and defend against further attacks. So I'm guessing we have to go towards that green arrow on the mini map, or that gigantic Alpha symbol, the A symbol, and do something. Yeah, that's what I think we have to do.
We don't touch it.
Don't touch
Oh,
it.
look, Eliza Flores.
Yeah, that's my girl. I don't know why people hate on her. You know, that's my girl. I love her. She's my number one.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think she's still my number one as well.
yeah, but there are just some haters out there, you know, for some reason.
Yeah, it's just how it goes.
Oh, dag. Okay. Wow. I don't know if you're getting this lots of battles going on here, but I'm gonna just let everybody else deal with that.
Yeah, they're taking care of it. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's
they're good. Yeah.
I'm just clicking on things, trying to remember how to, do anything. So there we go. Now I'm driving. We're driving now.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what I do too. I literally don't even look at what buttons I'm pressing. I just press all the buttons.
Yeah. Just
Chat knows my
and
strategy.
fight.
Yeah, and fight. Exactly. We're all science tunes. Oh dear.
Science. I mean, listen, I love science. It's the best color. It's the teal, like the turquoise, whatever.
So wait, if you were in like really, really living Star Trek, you would want to be a science officer?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I would probably get lumped into like security
Really?
or engineering, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're battling here. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I feel like I would want to be a science officer too, but like I would want to be a science officer, but secretly want to be in like command. But I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would be like
mean-
too afraid to be in command, so I would pick science officer.
Picard was a science officer and then command, only in that other timeline.
That's true. That's true. And then he regretted that boring life, and he was glad that he took the more risky life. That's true. That is true.
That was my thing about TNG that I really like TNG. The reason I like DS9 the best is that characters grow and learn
Mm-hmm.
from what they've done, right?
Yeah.
Like Cisco is a different character from the beginning to the end. Everyone's different, right?
Right.
TNG sometimes dabbles in that, mostly with Picard and like the Inner Light, where he lives that entire life with his family. And the only thing we ever see after that is him like playing the flute every once in a while, right?
Right.
But it doesn't really do anything to his character for the rest of TNG. Right? Like even the Borg thing, like
Yeah.
the Borg stuff comes up more in Picard than it does in TNG.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
assimilated and then they kind of dabble in it when it's necessary to the plot. But most of the time they're just like, whatever. Because it's all like singular episodes, right?
Right, right, right. I do also like how you get a different perspective in Deep Space Nine because of how that whole thing impacted Cisco.
Yeah.
I really
yeah.
like that they did that because that's really real. That's really real. Like
yeah.
people's their families died. Not
Well, I
everybody's
love it.
gonna.
It's like that not everybody's like, yo, we don't really like the Enterprise.
Yeah, yeah. Like I could see how outside of the Enterprise, people could think like, oh, they think they're so good, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like, who are they?
Yeah, like they cause a lot of trouble for the rest of us, always.
Yeah, exactly. Cleanup. We're the cleanup crew. They get to go in and be like, oh, first contact and all this, but we got to go in after them after all the mess that they create.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Rex. Yes, you did.
I think I'm shooting stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and say that I think I am.
Yeah. Oh, because the mission is done. So
We did it.
we did it. You definitely shot things.
Okay, cool. I think I was clicking on stuff that was making things blow up.
Yeah.
Or I was just flying in circles while you guys did stuff. And I was just like, I'm out here tooling around. It's all cool.
Yeah. Oh, and then I can get fleet marks. So usually if I invite people to do stuff with me, that's what ends up happening. Like I'm like, la
Take them
la
fleet
la
marks.
la. And then they do all the fighting for me.
yeah. Like I'm just here looking at Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
The second season of TNG was not a good season. Agreed. The second season is pretty bad. Honestly, there is a rule that follows in most Star Trek because, like, listen, I love DS9. It also isn't very good until like season 4.
Yeah.
Like once the Dominion War starts, that show starts. Season 1, 2, and 3 of DS9 are very slow paced and they don't have anything going on. There's
Yeah.
some good episodes happening, but it's about it. And then like same with TNG. Season 3 is where TNG pops off.
I have a question for chat, actually, for all the people who are helping us out. So we did that first patrol, and it reset. So these are dailies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I literally have never done this before.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I remember doing this. So yeah, these are just like, you can just get some stuff.
Okay. Do y'all want to do the next one? 30-minute
Sure.
cooldown? Okay. Blockade runner. All right, let's do the blockade runner next. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm getting dilithium and all this stuff for this, so that's cool. They're good for farming and leveling. You could do it every 30 minutes. So, Bayou says that they like do you like Dr. Pulaski?
I enjoy her a little bit, but she's not a good fit for the show. Like she wasn't a good fit for the crew. She was an interesting character, and I thought there were cool interactions with her. But having like a hard ass, because they were trying to go back to Bones. She was basically supposed to be Bones from TOS. They were just like, oh, the hard ass doctor who takes no guff, and it just didn't really work for TNG. Crusher was better.
Yeah. The softer personality. Yeah. They did
Until
try to soften
Crusher-
her up.
Crusher didn't get a lot of episodes until Tabula Rasa. I mean,
Oh, please.
Chat.
Oh my god. Why? I don't I don't think there
Crusher
was
family.
I don't think there was an episode that I watched where I legit cringed more. Like legitimately felt the
Sub
need-
Rasa, sorry, not Tabula. You know the one where she has a relationship with a candle. You guys know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I legit was like, what is going on here? But Data didn't, so Spock would snark back. True. True. Spock would snark back, but that would not be something Data could
Yeah, Data
have the
wouldn't at all. It
capability
just
to
didn't work
do.
out.
Yeah. He would be like, what's sarcasm? You have to explain this to me.
She did indeed, Rex. That is absolutely what happens in that episode, and you can't tell me any different.
Yeah.
That is the entire plot of that episode.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, there's a lot going on here. So what I usually do, pressing spacebar just automatically has
That's what I
your,
thought.
yeah, ship shoot stuff. So that's all I press usually, and then like all the buttons here. But yeah. Yeah, I did not like Dr. Pulaski either. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, please, I can't wait till you leave." But then they actually did fire the actress that played Dr. Crusher, right? Cuz somebody didn't like her, they fired her and then they brought her back.
It was, yeah, they thought she wasn't working for the show because season 1 was, I mean, season 1 of TNG is all over the place, right? So they
Right.
thought that she wasn't working and it just wasn't, it needed something different.
Mhm.
And so that's why they brought Pulaski, because again, they thought it was like, oh, bring back an element of TOS because that's what people like. Because at that time, people just weren't into it yet.
Oh.
You know, because everybody was a TOS head because it's the, you know, it's the first big new Star
Right.
Trek thing.
Right.
And they were just like, well, if we make it like the old one, I guess people will like it. But she just didn't fit.
Yeah, I never put two and two together that she was supposed to be more like Bones. Now that you say that,
Yep.
I see it. I see it. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I had a question for you, and it flew out of my brain because I was trying not to die during this mission. I'm gonna think about it. I love the fact that so many actors from the show are in this game. That was like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the first things that blew me away about this game.
I just like flying around, honestly. I can't even shoot stuff. I'm just flying around. I just like looking at it, you know, just seeing my
Yeah.
ship fly around. I'm like, yay, wee.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's, oh god. Okay.
Oh, we did it. Okay.
Oh, we did it. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, neat. But it's still, I'm still fighting. That was weird. Okay.
Yeah, they did fire her and then they brought her back. And,
Yeah.
And then we got Crusher and Troy doing yoga in those
Oh my god.
wonderful yoga outfits all the time.
I forgot about that. I totally, totally forgot about that.
Doing their super sweet space yoga.
I really do like Bones. I think in TOS he's probably my favorite. He's probably my favorite
Yeah.
character in TOS.
Nah, Bones is rad in that show.
Yeah.
The dynamic just makes sense.
Yeah.
What was it? So there's that episode of TNG where they get Scotty back, right? Where Scotty's caught in that one transporter.
Yeah.
And he comes on board TNG and he's like messing about, and Geordi's like really mean to him the whole time.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't want Scotty for that. They wanted a different actor. They wanted Spock, I think. I think
Yeah.
Spock was the original pitch for that, but they couldn't get Leonard Nimoy. So they were just like, Scotty, I guess. It's an engineering thing. It makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, okay, okay. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
because they were like, yeah, it would have made more sense.
Let me hello everybody in chat. Hi tall geese. Hello. Yeah, if you're just now joining us too, I should be doing a better job at telling everybody like what we're doing tonight. We're hanging
I
out.
don't have a tall geese next to me. That's
me-
Gundam.
Oh yeah, it is. Tall geese does love those Gundams. That's true. We're just enjoying some Star Trek Online with the lovely people in our community and Mr. Scoot, who the link is pinned in the chat. You should definitely go and give Mr. Scoot a follow. And thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for doing all these cool little missions. What do you think of the recent Star Trek movies? Okay, so New World Reign. I only watched the first Kelvin movie, which at this point is not even recent anymore.
Yeah. It's
And
like a few years old. God, it's probably like 5-6 years old now.
yeah, I'll be
Over this
honest
time,
with
sorry.
you. When I first watched it, I actually kind of liked it.
Hmm.
I actually did kind of like it, but just like the, obviously the lore inconsistencies were kind of annoying, like
Yeah.
that was a little annoying. But in terms of pacing and in terms of the actors and the acting themselves, I liked it, although I did think it was kind of weird that Uhura had a thing for Spock. Like that was kind of weird
Yeah.
to me.
That was very blockbustery movie nonsense. They're just like,
Yeah.
we got these two attractive people to play these characters, so they clearly have to hook up. Like it's
Yeah.
just very lazy writing. You're just like,
Yeah.
okay, that doesn't make sense thematically though. Why would they have ever gotten together? That's
Right.
never happened.
Yeah, it that didn't make a lot of sense to me. But
Yeah.
and the whole like them in a icy planet and like the wampas coming after them and
Yeah,
running
they were
after them. Yeah.
100% wampas for sure.
Yeah. So, you know what? These are nice and easy and quick. Let's keep
Let's
doing
keep
some
doing 'em.
more.
I like it.
These
This is
are
great.
really
I just get to fly around. This is fun. I'll
yeah.
take this any day.
Okay, I picked the third one. I'm just gonna go down the list.
Gone dark. Perfect.
Yeah, let's just go down the list until we don't feel like doing it anymore. You know? So this has been
Now,
really
I don't
cool.
know if I'm actually attacking anything. I swear I don't see a phaser coming out of it. You said hit spacebar, but I don't think it's doing anything. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Do I
Oh,
have to go to like red alert? Isn't there like do I have to
n-
go to red alert to attack?
no, usually if you're in the proximity of the fight, it'll
Yeah.
automatically kind of like do it.
Okay.
So, maybe if you hit tab, it'll
Maybe.
select the nearest thing, but it's probably because everything's getting defeated so quickly.
Probably. That's probably
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I think that's probably
Yeah, this is like old
it.
World of Warcraft where I'm like trying to click on stuff and people have already killed all the mobs. It makes sense.
Yeah. 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 Now, do you think this is something you would ever want to get back into again?
Maybe. I don't play a lot of games these days unless I'm streaming them, except for fighting games, right?
True.
And I've noticed as a streamer, I don't know if I'm cursed or something, but if I dedicate a day to something, like you play this all the time now, right?
Yeah.
If I dedicate a day to something, people will stop showing up for it. Like
Really?
they like my randomness. I don't know if I'm cursed. Like I can't
Okay.
do multi-part games. If I try to do like a stream for more than 2 to 3 days of the same game, it
Yeah.
just drops off and people go somewhere else. And I'm like,
Right.
okay. So I just have to like keep it random and crazy. I do have Fridays are always fight night. So if fighting games and playing with the community is always Friday. And I just
Okay.
kind of assume people aren't going to show up for that,
Yeah.
except for the diehards.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else, it's always kind of a gamble.
Okay. Interesting.
Because I did do
Telepathetic.
this for a while. I did this for like every weekend. It was like Sundays or something.
Ah. Okay. Okay. I'm very intrigued by what you were saying. Let me just say thank you to Telepathetic for the tier 1 sub for 17 months. And welcome into everybody who just joined us. Thank you so much, Telepathetic. But I want to kind of do you mind like talking about like some streamer like kind of
Oh, absolutely.
strategy okay, cuz I feel like we don't get to just generally as broadcasters
No.
don't get to talk about these kinds of things unless we're in like a
No.
panel setting or some
Yeah, and if I talk, I've noticed if I talk about it on stream or anything, it just sounds like complaining, right? Like it's
Right.
like people are like, "Well, why are we watching the city?" I'm like, I'm not. I am complaining for sure, but it's just talking about what I do, right? It's like I guess this is what I do. I try to tell you the behind the scenes, stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
Because there is strategy to streaming, like, yeah, they always tell, streamers like play what you want, the audience will be there. And that is relatively true. But sometimes you got to play what brings all the people to your yard, right? The milkshake, the
There
milkshake of
there
Kellis.
definitely has to be a balance. I agree with
Yeah.
you. There's got to be a balance because you got to be able to bring people in somehow, which is where I think the variety aspect does do a service. It allows people to find you by like playing games that maybe like you say you do a fighting game. Okay, maybe there's some
Yeah.
people who love Tekken, maybe there's some people who love Street Fighter, there's some people who love Mortal Kombat. But then as they get to know you, they'll start to stick around just because they're like, oh,
Yes,
well, I like hanging out with Scoot and I like hanging out with the other people in chat.
and that
So,
definitely does happen. So that's nice. But
yeah. And I think sometimes it's just got you like the mindset for me is like you're in it for the long game, right? Like the
yeah,
long game of I think there's naturally going to be a drop off of people are going to come and go. There's always going to be a revolving door. There's always going to
yeah,
be a, oh, because sometimes it's even outside of Twitch, right? It's like, oh, I have a big life change. I got a new job, so my schedule is different now.
mm-hmm.
Or now I'm a parent, or now, things have happened with my house, so I can't watch Twitch as much. And I think sometimes that like definitely has an aspect. So those are the things that I think about whenever I see like big fluctuations. It's like
Oh yeah.
there's there's
I
never
I
there's
always have
never
the thing is if viewers drop off and then they come back or whatever, right? And then you haven't
yeah.
seen them a while. I always say, well, as a streamer, there's only two outcomes. Okay, either you died or you hate me. There can't be any other options.
I mean,
Those are the two, or both.
I feel like there's definitely aspects of you know
Could be that
it's
you have a life. That's ridiculous. How do you
yeah,
have a life?
yeah, yeah, right? Like you just that's I don't know. I guess I've learned to just be like things are what they are and I just deal with them as they are. Like that's always been like I only worry about the things I can impact. And if I
Yeah,
can't impact it, I'm not going to worry about it.
absolutely. No, that's a great way to look at it. It's like, what I can't change this.
Yeah.
Most
So
most like I said, is just for me. It's choosing the game I want to play. Like if I want to play it, I'll play it. Right. Like if I
mhm.
just want to play it and I don't care about if it's gonna bring people to the yard or not, it's fine. I'll give it a day. I'll play it. You know, sometimes it'll surprise you. Um, I've just noticed in the past if I do a specific day, like fighting games, the one I stick with now, and I don't care if it drops off or not. I just enjoy playing fighting games so much that I'm going to keep
Mhm.
with it.
Mhm.
I say it saved my stream. There was a while there where I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, and then I got into fighting games, and it saved it. And I really have been enjoying it. But
Mhm.
like other days like this, I remember I had like a Star Trek Sunday. We did a RPG Sunday, and I just noticed after a while it wasn't doing as well anymore, and it kept going, and I gave it a long time, right, like months at a
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, well, not exciting anymore. So
But
then
I
people were like,
think
well, where did that go? And I was like, well, no one showed up for it. I
well,
didn't go anywhere.
I think that's the thing too is like learning how to pivot when something isn't working for you,
Yeah,
you know?
and that's the main thing. Yeah, it's got to work for me, right? Like I can't just keep doing it if I don't. It's not making me happy. Like
Right. Right.
nobody wants to watch a
Exactly.
streamer if they're just sad and angry all the time.
Exactly. 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 You got to do the things that just bring you joy because otherwise like we're spending time in our life that we never can get back. So we got to spend it doing the things that make us happy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
They're like, you
Um
gonna play this game? And I'm like, no, no, absolutely, I will not play that game. I do not have time for that. Do not
Oh
have
my
time for that one
god.
big game.
This game definitely brings me joy because I have found and met so many amazing people that love hanging out with the Yo!
I was gonna say I'm
Levin.
already enjoying it again. Just
Yeah.
it's the environment again. Being a Star Trek fan and just seeing all the Star Trek stuff. I remember like we logged in one time when DS9 got added to the game. I was so hype
Yes.
when you got to go to DS9 and just walk around the promenade.
It's the best.
That
It's
was
like, yeah.
I geeked out hard.
Yo, Levan, thanks for gigantifying that emote. That is a very, very cool emote, by the way.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. It's like a cool ship. Well, I know Levan does a lot of like Star Citizen, so I don't know if it's from Star Citizen or if it's from a different game, but it looks really cool. A
It is
Rodan.
cool.
Do you need to take a break or anything? We've been
Oh,
going for 2
Rodan,
hours.
like the Godzilla, like the kaiju. That's Rodan the kaiju. Oh, now I can see it.
Ah,
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
cool.
Yeah, do you need to take a break?
No, I'm good. Do you need to take a break? If that's what you're asking, I'm good.
No, I'm good. I just want to make sure because I haven't asked, I always at least take a 30-second break to look and see what Bobby's doing. She currently has her little foot sticking out of her cat bed. She's a funny girl. Okay, let's do another one. We're just
Yeah.
knocking these out so quickly. We're knocking these out so quickly. All right. And by the way, chat, if there's anybody that's on the team that's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or I just need to drop out of the team, just drop out the team. Like, totally fine. Like, don't feel like you have to feel obligated to play because I keep
I'm going to take it
hitting.
very personally.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to take it very personally. It's an affront to me as this guest. No.
Oh my god. Oh, Ganymede has
It's
redeemed
a real
Ash.
Keiko move. It'd be a real Keiko move of you.
Yeah. Ganymede has redeemed Ash says hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. Hot dog.
Now you're
Hot dog.
from New York. Are you from New York? Is that
Yes,
right?
I am from New York.
So how do you feel? Because I always have to ask this because I yell about food all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you one of the New Yorkers that say you can't have anything else on your hot dog except for friggin' like mustard?
No, I always put red
Thank God.
onions,
Thank God.
relish, ketchup and
Let's go.
mustard. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always heard there's like a New York thing where they just get mad at you for like putting other condiments on like a dirty water hot dog, and I'm like, it's a tube of intestines. I don't
No.
care what I'm putting on it. It's not a bratwurst.
Oh,
You
I
know,
never heard people say that. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard people getting yelled at for like, it's just mustard on a hot dog, and I'm like, you put ketchup. It's a gross little tube of nothing. You got to put stuff on it. It's great.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I picked the fourth one of the PVE thing. I picked the fourth one now. But yeah, no. Hot dogs, you put whatever. Pizza, I mean, wherever it comes from, as long as, it's delicious, I mean, I'm not picky. Food is food. I love talking about food.
Yeah, there's a bingo catch of my stream of when we start talking about food. It's usually about 20 minutes in. So
okay, so what did you have for dinner today then?
I had some pasta that I made. I had some tortellinis with some meatballs.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
about it. It wasn't not super interesting. I have some Taco Time tots, which is Taco Time I realize is a Northwest food chain, but I got some tots.
Okay.
Not that exciting, but it's eating garbage today.
So do you enjoy cooking?
I do when I can.
Okay.
That was what I did before. I was a cook for about 15 years.
I did not know this about you. Okay, so what are some of your favorite things to cook? What do you like chefing up?
Pasta, actually, just a lot of pasta and Asian food. I like making a lot of anything with rice and various meats and just dropping sauce on stuff.
Okay. Okay.
That is my forte. We just got a hot pot. We just bought a hot pot for our house that I'm really excited to try out.
Oh.
We're gonna do hot pot soon.
I love hot pot. Do you ever stream cooking? Would you ever stream cooking?
I could. I just it's just set up in my mind. I'm like, okay, how would I set that up? And then I know I can do it, but
Yeah, that's
what
true.
I got to do is think smaller, because if I think about stream setup, my brain goes a little too far, and I'm like, I need a camera here, I need a mic there, I need this, and it's like sometimes you can just go real low-fi with it, and it will be fine.
Yeah. But I get it though. You got to make sure the food looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing looks good. The sound is good. Otherwise, like, what are you gonna
sandwiches. Sorry, I know I didn't say sandwiches, Germ. You're right. I'm the #1 sandwich tag streamer, and I didn't even talk about sandwiches.
Oh, okay. So you walk into the deli, what you getting on your sandwich?
Everything except for onions and peppers. Peppers, though, pepperoncinis, but no bell peppers.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so I'm walking into the deli. I'm getting an Italian sub, throw everything on it, even the onions. All right.
Do you like the olive spread, like the muffaletta?
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a big olive fan. I will just crack open a jar of olives and just eat them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a snack right there. That's a treat.
Yeah. So
anything
for me,
pickled, all into it.
Oh yeah, I just bought a jar of pickles, bread and butter pickles yesterday when I went to the supermarket.
Bread and butters. See, like nobody loves bread and butter. They're amazing.
They're
Everybody's
so
sleeping
good.
on bread and butter pickles.
Yeah, I just filled up a bowl yesterday and was just
Very
snacking
smart.
on them while I was
Ooh,
working.
delicious.
Yeah,
Amazing on a sandwich as
yeah.
well.
Paul, this is Mr. Scoot. We're playing some Star Trek. We were talking Star Trek. Now we're talking about food, of course.
Yeah.
You know,
Sandwiches.
yeah,
Uh,
sandwiches.
King of sandwiches. My favorite sandwich at all times is a club sandwich. I will do anything for a club sandwich. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good way to get me to do anything.
Okay, okay. Sandwiches. Okay, that's good to know. All right, I learned something new today. Um, let's see. Good roast beef sandwich too. Oh, I died.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is gonna make me hungry. I'm just gonna order a sandwich after this. That's absolutely what's happening.
I
Do I have sandwich
know.
stuff in there? I might have sandwich stuff in the house though. I'm gonna have to raid the fridge for.
I'm trying to think if I have any sandwich stuff. Hold on. I don't think I have any cold cuts. I don't think I went to the supermarket and I forgot to buy cold cuts. Okay. I have this.
Hooray! I'm actually shooting stuff this time.
Yay! Yeah. Man, God, they took me out real fast. Okay, let me go over here. I wasn't looking at my shields.
I just noticed they were falling on mine. I was like, oh right, I'm doing things. Click buttons.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Somebody's healing me up. Thank you. All right.
Blinding
Oh,
white light. Oh okay.
we did it.
Jesus. I think we did it.
We did
Yay.
it. We did it. We did it. Okay. The classic New York deli sandwich cannot be beat. What's my favorite dish to make? Oh man. Oh, I like making probably, oh gosh, chicken, sauteing some chicken and
Mm-hmm.
rice, you know.
Can't beat chicken and rice.
Yeah, like I don't know, like basically, honestly, I never had problems getting a recipe book and following the recipe and having it come out good. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like hard for me to be like, "Oh, what? This is my specialty." Like I just like look for a recipe and I make it and then it comes out and I'm like, "Yo, this is mad good. I'm gonna do it
Yeah, that's
again."
kind of when you ask me like, what's your favorite? I'm like, stuff, food. I just
Yeah,
make
food?
food. Yeah,
Okay, okay. And
just
now
make food.
okay, I get what you're. I get now. I get what you mean. Okay, that makes sense. Cause
Because I'm like, I
there's
don't think I have a specialty either. I'm just like food.
yeah. Cause some people they're like, oh well, I like cooking Italian food, or I like
Mm-hmm.
cooking, Asian inspired food or something like that. I don't have a wok, so I wish I could cook that kind of stuff, but I don't
Get you a
have one.
wok.
See,
Woks are amazing.
can you have a wok with a stove that doesn't have fire? Cause I have an
Yeah,
electric
yeah.
stove.
I
Oh,
got you can get flat bottom woks, right? That just have flat bottom. That's the one I
oh,
have. So then you don't have to have like the fire wok grill thing. Uh,
gotcha.
but yeah, you can just have like a flat bottom one and like convection oven or whatever.
You know what I'd use? I'd like to, so like I like to use my air fryer, especially if I'm
Air
making
fryer.
like, yeah, it's good stuff.
I mean, air fryers rule, man.
Yeah, like fries, sweet potato fries. I make that from scratch all the time.
I
Or
do
if
laugh at them though, because people talk about them like there's some sort of new thing and they're magic because they just became popular. But
they've
all
always
it
been
is a
around.
convection. It's like your oven, like your normal oven. There's
Yeah.
just a fan in the top of it, so it's blowing the hot air on the food really fast, and that's how it cooks. That's the only thing it's doing. It's just an
Oh,
oven with a fan.
gotcha, gotcha.
But people are like, it's
Interesting.
frying. I'm like, it's not really frying. It's just it's cooking it faster. I don't know. They're
Yeah.
cool though. They work really well.
Or at least it feels more even because when
Oh
I
yeah.
put like let's say we order a pizza, I got some leftover pizza. When I put it
Hmm.
in the air fryer, it comes out like the day I bought it
Yeah.
versus you put it in a microwave and it's like,
Oh yeah, it's terrible in there. It's drying it out.
yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
air's like
bad.
blowing it in the chamber, like all over it, so it's like heating the whole thing evenly.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What the heck? I come to say hi to my friend Ash and my friend Scoot is here too, Pixel Chonk?
Pixel, we're not friends. How dare you assume that we're friends? This is ridiculous.
D,
Don't put me on
thank
blast
you.
like that.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Hello. Yeah, we're doing a
Frenemies, maybe.
I'm doing good. Hi, George. Hello. Yeah, we're
All the
doing
kissing.
we're doing a little. We were talking about Star Trek earlier, which was really great. And now we're just playing some TFOs and Star Trek Online, which has been really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. Oh, everybody's doing a party thing now. You know what I was gonna ask you? Do you think you would be good at that game? What's it called? The game that the Vulcans play with the sticks
The
and it's
3D chess? Oh,
the
the
not
sticks one.
yeah yeah that one. I forget what it's chat. What is that one called?
Yeah,
But
I actually don't remember either.
do you think you would be Calto? That's it, Calto. Like, do you?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I'm a big. I don't like board games.
really?
Yeah, this is another one of those. This is where everybody's gonna hate it too. I have ranted about this forever. I don't like any sort of board game. Because there's always the initial show you how to play a board game, and that's my least favorite thing. If you want to torture me, bring me to a game night where everybody has to explain a board game. That's the worst thing. It's literally everybody's there. They're like, "Oh, you've never played this before? Okay, let's get like a test game out. Let's like explain the rules to you." And then it takes like a day to explain the rules to any game. And then they go, "Okay, we did a test game. Do you want to play another one?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't think I ever want to play that again. I'm pretty good on." It's the worst. I get so bored. Listen, I bored. They're
Wow.
called board games. I just can't do it. I'm like, I don't want to go analog. Give me digital every day. That's why I play video games. I don't need your weird board game. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay, I learned another new thing today. So no Monopoly, no the game
If
of
it's like that,
life.
like a classic one of those, right? Like we
Yeah.
all know how to play those. If it takes less than 20 minutes to tell you how to play a game, I'm in. If the
Okay.
explanation lasts longer than the game itself, I'm out.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Calto isn't a board game. It's more like a Vulcan Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. True, true, true. Okay.
My friends didn't invite me to another game night because I ruined the game for them because I just get over analytical about stuff. Do you know the game Secret Hitler?
No.
I know it sounds horrible. It's a game where like everybody's playing a part and then one person is the bad guy and you have to find who the bad guy is. Secret Hitler, right? That's why it's called that.
Oh, got
There's
it.
other ones. There's one called Werewolf where one person's the werewolf. It's kind of the same idea, but
Yeah.
one team is like I think one team's like the liberals and one team's like fascists or something. That's
Yeah.
the whole point of it. And I got put on the fascist team. And as in the game, as a fascist, you were supposed to not tell everyone you were a fascist. Like you're supposed to
Yeah.
hide the fact. But I'm like, I don't think a fascist would hide the fact they're a fascist. Like in a real
Yeah.
world, that's not how that is. And so I ruined the game for him because I just pulled apart the game by being like, that's who I am. I'm that guy. It's basically Among Us. That's right. Among Us is
Got
basically Secret
oh.
Hitler.
Got it. Got it. Got
Um,
it.
but I just ruined the whole concept of it because I'm like, there's no way that it's ridiculous. They're like, all right,
Got
well, you
it.
can't play with us anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. Do you want to do
That's what
one?
I'm saying, Stock.
Maybe we could do like one or two more and then go back to talking Star Trek and then cuz
I'm
we're
down.
2 hours and 9 minutes now, so probably going to have like a hard stop at 3 hours, but yeah, we'll
Cool.
do two more and then we'll just do some more chatting. Yeah. Okay. So I
Yeah,
picked
I was talking directly to you, Germ. Thank you. He's my friend that won't let me come back to board game nights.
Oh my gosh. You can use an electric wok. You have one to stir fry orange beef. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that sounds good.
Yeah. Just get
Okay,
a wok in general. Like I said, they're amazing utilities in the kitchen.
I'm gonna do that. Hi, Owl. Hello. Nice
Hey,
to
Al.
see you. Hello. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Here's one thing
Mhm.
that might be controversial. I don't like the Cheesecake Factory
Okay.
because there's too many things on the item, on the
Correct.
menu. There's too many things.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way about it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've eaten there like once or twice, not my bag. And I
Mm-hmm.
always feel bad for the chefs, like because I've worked at like a big chain restaurant like that to cook. I can only imagine how horrible it would be to work in a kitchen where they have that many items on the menu and you have to know how to prepare all of them. Like, that would
Yeah.
suck. Like I've
Yeah.
worked at places where like the menu's small, right? You just like these items that you have to make. Here's the stuff that's in the walk-in, on your cook line. Like I can only imagine how crazy Cheesecake Factory's walk-in looks. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right, cuz that's the thing, like every time I've gone, right? The one thing the things the things that I've wanted, like one time I think I ordered like their version of General Tso chicken, and
Yeah,
the chicken was mushy, and I was like, this is
sure.
supposed to be crispy, and I was just like, every time I go and I order something, I'm like, how does a venue survive with so many menu items on the menu? Like it just can't be good for freshness. It just
No,
can't.
no. I mean, guaranteed. Like that was probably pre-frozen, or it's just frozen nuggets that they warmed up in a microwave and then like lightly fried. That's guaranteed. That's a lot of behind the scenes kitchen stuff, all pre-packaged, and then they pretend that they made it.
Wow.
And you're spending like $25 on it because you're in a big ass restaurant. It's like, nope, they're ripping you off.
You need to know how to defrost them. Hi, Goaty. Goaty also.
Mm-hmm.
Goaty's a chef. Goaty has helped me learn a couple of things when it comes to cooking. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. A lot of restaurants have reduced their menus to 4 pages max. Yeah, I just feel like, and also you
Which is
get into,
good.
yeah, yeah, because you get into decision paralysis. You don't know what you
Yeah.
want. It's not good for anybody.
No. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
want all those options. That's way too many. And yeah, you just get lost.
Yeah.
It's the same with like Old Spaghetti Factory too. Way too much stuff on there. I just love that they're both the old something factory.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How do you usually get your steak cooked if you like steak?
Medium rare.
Medium
Medium
rare.
rare.
Same. Same.
Yeah. Anybody who eats well done steaks is a heathen in my. I don't often have that many opinions about food. Eat it the way you like, but if you like well done steaks, we can't talk. I don't know what's wrong with you. You might as well just be eating shoe leather. Something's going down.
I just feel like at that point, the flavor has exited the
Yeah,
meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just eating gray protein. You're just eating a slab of protein with no flavor.
Yeah. It's tough to chew.
Yeah.
It's tough to chew. Not broiled in a pan. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, that's a very specific reference to me. A roommate, the way that he cooked the meat, it was horrible. Horrible.
I like my steaks so rare they're alive and still having fun running some grass. Oh my
I
gosh.
need my meat to look at me. I need it to be able to look at me, and then I'll eat it. That's.
Oh my
I've tried blue
god.
steak. I don't like a blue steak. I don't. I need it a little bit more than that. You're basically eating like steak
Sushi.
tartare at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I need it a little cooked.
Do you enjoy traveling? Do you get to travel often?
No, I'm usually a homebody. I do enjoy traveling, but I am a very like
Mhm.
homebody, and I actually that's only since I've been a streamer.
Mhm.
Streaming keeps me home a lot. I remember
Mhm.
before I was a streamer, I was kind of going all over the place and outside all the time, and used to do stand up, and that was what I was doing. But now I'm kind of just home and an introvert. It's weird to say that I think streaming has turned me into more of an introvert than I ever was.
I get it though. I kind of get it,
Yeah,
like yeah. I mean, the workload is pretty high, so
yeah.
I get it.
You
Do
know
you
the consistency. If you're not streaming,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah. Do you think that stand up has impacted your ability to stream? Like
Oh yeah,
no. Okay. Like
oh yeah.
I always tell people like a good skill to probably learn is either improv or stand up if you want to get
hmm
into broadcasting. So, how do you think it has impacted your ability to broadcast?
Um, just coming up with bits on the fly, crowd work. It's
Yeah.
basically crowd work. You're reacting off of everything that people are saying in chat. They're
Yeah.
giving you the material.
Yeah.
That's why I always say that chat's the lifeblood in any stream. Like if you guys aren't saying anything or like chat's crawling, sometimes the stream will just go down and then you have to like just panic and riff. But once you get stuff to work off of and everybody's telling you something, the stream just flows and it's beautiful. But I got into streaming because of stand up. It was
Yeah.
I was doing stand up and I got booked on a show in a
Mhm.
guy's garage. Our good
Mhm.
friend Sour Kool-Aid Show, and still a streamer here on Twitch.
Mhm.
And he booked me. I didn't know what Twitch was. I had no idea somehow.
Mhm.
You know, I was still a big gamer, but I didn't know what Twitch was. This was like 2016, 2017.
Mhm.
Um, I just thought it was a bot because I remember hearing about Twitch plays Pokemon, right? So I
Oh
thought it was just
yeah.
like a robot that plays games, which
Mhm.
technically it is.
Mhm.
But I got booked to do the show and I saw what he was doing. He had me do stand up in his garage just for him, but for the viewers, right? So it was like on a green screen. I was doing stand up. I didn't get it at the time.
Mhm.
And then I saw what he was doing. I was like, wait a minute, this you just set this up. You're playing games for people, you know, you're talking and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah. And I never looked back and I started doing it myself and it became addicting. But it was
So
because of stand up that I got into it.
you started in 2016.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Been going for a while.
Wow. 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 That's cool. Ash, do you want to do a ground one? Oh, we could do a ground one. Yeah. How do
Oh
I
yeah,
do
I forget
that?
about the ground missions.
Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Is it still in the patrols? How do I know which one's a ground one?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, we should. Tell me which one to pick and I'll pick it. Yeah, tell me which one to do. But okay, okay. Yeah, I feel like I watched a documentary on stand up comedy a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, I would love to at least take one class on stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I don't know if you
okay.
should take a class. Just go to an open mic.
Go to an oh my God. Like I imagine I would be like, the person that gets up there and just like stares at the crowd and be like,
Oh, I've
I'm
seen it all.
here.
There's some there's much worse and much weirder. No, just I don't know if like you can learn stuff about stand up from a class for sure. Like I feel like improv's more of a class based structure. Stand up's very subjective too. There are
Yeah.
people that take it very seriously. People like write down their jokes beat by beat. They have it completely memorized. I never really wrote down my jokes. I would write down like bullet points of ideas and then just kind of riff until it was what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But I just get up and do it. If it's something that interests you, go to an open mic. Don't
Okay.
do it like your first time. Go to an open mic a couple of times, see what everybody's doing,
Yeah.
and then think of 3 minutes. All you got to do is 3 minutes. That's the average time for your open mic set. Adhere to that. Like there's always going to be somebody showing you the light. If you see like the host show you the light, get off
Yeah.
stage. Don't
Okay.
keep going. Don't run the light. That's always a bad thing. People do it
Okay.
all the time. But
Okay.
3 minutes. Just come up with 3 minutes, and if you can do 3 minutes and you enjoy it, you expand from there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I have a goal. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, they told me Task Force Special Event Borg Battle Royale event. And then I hit okay, and then what do I do then?
Oh, that one. Yeah, there we go. I see it.
Just don't run off the stage and say goodbye. Ash just watch episodes of Kill Tony. What? I think you go on stage
Oh,
and
right.
bomb.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You
check
don't
the
have to just run
box.
off.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah, you don't run off the stage. Like just wrap it up in 3 minutes and be like, all right, that's my time, and then go off
Okay.
stage. That's
All
true.
right.
Yeah, if you just awkwardly leave, although that could be funny. That could be funny.
It's all about the delivery. Okay, wait. Okay, what do I do now? Why did I do it right, chat? Click on the box next to the 5. Okay, I did. Now what? As soon as the light flashes, you would just bolt off stage and right out the door? I would laugh. Yeah, that sounds like something I would do. Look at these excellent. Hi, Herringstone. Hello, welcome.
There it is.
How you
There's
doing?
the box. Okay.
Hello, good to see you. We're doing
Hi,
some.
Ba.
We're doing some Star Trekking. Oh, everyone has to accept it. Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know if it's
Hello.
letting me click it. It's not letting me click the box. Is there something I'm
Out the
doing wrong?
Yeah, I'd go out the emergency exit door. Exactly. Oh my god. Okay.
I think I saw somebody do that once. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I
Really?
remember watching a guy do a set, and then he walked, and we were in a theater. So it
Yeah.
was a theater, and he walked to the emergency exit and opened it, and it like let off the alarm, and everybody in the theater was like, ah, like that was the end of his set.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, what am I supposed to
Oh,
do?
there we go.
Okay, defeat
clicked it.
12
Okay.
adjuncts. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn this down. You're like, so about them airplane peanuts. I think too it also has to I think a good part of it is not only what you say, but definitely how you say it
Hmm.
and like the little pauses in between,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
finding your voice is a big part of stand up. Like everybody who's tries stand up, Pixel does comedy as well. Does stand up.
Yeah.
Uh, can attest to this. When you first start doing stand up, you're just emulating other comics. Like you
Yeah.
just what you've heard comics do, and you just do their style.
Right.
I did Pete Holmes for the longest time, was one of my favorite comedians, and I was basically just ripping him off, right? Like just doing
Yeah.
his cadence,
Yeah.
everything he said. Until you do it for long enough and you find what your voice is and how you should do things.
Yeah. Yeah. Like growing up, I don't think a lot of people know this about me, but growing up, I would watch a lot of stand-up comedy. A
Oh yeah,
lot. You know, I always watched Comedy Central or like
yeah.
BT or I was watching what do you call Apollo Theater. I watched a lot of that stuff. And I never once thought about doing it myself. I just always thought like, oh, this is what I enjoy, you know? But now I would definitely think like, oh, you know what? I would try it one time. I'll try it.
Trying it is always good. It's all
Yeah.
I ever wanted to do. I would film like the 30-minute specials on Comedy Central. I had a bunch of tapes with all of it on it just to watch it. And then my goal out of high school was to move to Portland, Oregon and do stand up. And I
Really?
did that. And I got into this and I haven't done stand up since and I miss it. So I keep thinking about going back out there and doing it.
Yeah. Would you ever go to New York and try like something out there or
Yeah. Oh
LA
yeah.
or
I'd love to.
yeah.
I
Okay.
did a few festivals back in the day. Like my
Oh.
stand ups on the YouTubes. Anybody, you can go
Oh,
see the cringeworthiness if
I
you
did
want.
not know. Go to a Star Trek convention. Hey, we got some Klingons in the house.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, nothing beats live stand up. Yeah. Okay.
It is great. I do miss it. The feeling of like, I mean, that's kind of why I started doing stand up in the first place. Or sorry, streaming was that like doing stand up is great. Sometimes there's always the bad. That's like there's the bad side of anything, right? Like a lot of if you're trying to do stand up for a living, a lot of the shows you do were just like on the road in a bunch of bars where no one could care less that you were doing stand up.
Yeah.
You're doing you're doing jokes for like guys playing video poker. They don't care, right? They don't know why you're there.
Yeah.
So that's the bad side. Obviously, doing clubs in the cities always great, but
Yeah.
most of the road gigs were like, oh my god, just horror stories. Um, but when I started doing Twitch, I was like, oh, this is kind of a venue where everyone's coming for me
Yeah.
because that's what you want. You want to be the marquee player when you're doing stand up. You don't want to just be another guy on like some random show. So
Right.
doing Twitch was a way of like, this is my show. I get to do what I want. I get to tell the jokes I want for as long as I want. And maybe people are coming back for me. They want to see what I do. That was a
Yeah.
good feeling, you know?
You know what I would love to see one day because TwitchCon does take solo submissions. They started doing that this
Hmm.
year for the first time. Someone
Oh,
doing a
no.
stand-up set at TwitchCon.
That'd be
Hey,
fun.
what's it like being a streamer? You know?
That's true. I mean, now
Yeah.
I would have, that would be the only place you could do it too. Cause I don't think I could go to a club now and do like jokes about being a streamer. They'd be like, what?
What? What are you
But
talking about?
yeah, doing a whole set about streaming at TwitchCon. Nah, man, I'd live for that. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe, see if you could get like maybe next year, like a submission going for that. Like, I think it should and could happen. You
That'd be
know?
cool. It's not
Yeah.
a bad idea. I do not hate that.
Hey, sometimes I have a good idea or two here or there. You know?
You're a smart cookie, you know.
Once in a
I
while.
think this Twitch thing's pretty good for you there,
Oh,
Ash. I don't know. I think you're gonna go far.
Once in a while.
You should be like
you
an
know?
ambassador or something. I don't know. That's a cool title. I think they should probably do that for you.
Yeah, sometimes it hits. Sometimes it hits. Start working on the set. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Boss said start working on the set. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they would. Yeah, Showtime at the Apollo, they were not apologetic about booing you out of there. That's true.
Oh no, yeah, yeah. I've never been booed off stage, but I've definitely done some absolutely terrible gigs where, you know, we've all bombed real hard. So,
Yeah. I I think that that is you have to kind of go through something like that
oh
in
yeah.
order to really be like, I've done it. You know, I'm here and I've done it.
Yep. You got to have the lows to get the highs. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, I think
You
I
know,
got it.
you could be the funniest comedian on the planet, and I guarantee you, all those comedians y'all look up to, they've bombed before.
Oh,
They haven't
yeah.
always crushed. Like they've had horrible sets.
Yeah.
It happens.
Okay, I think I got to kill like one more Borg.
Just
Okay.
keep rolling, 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 rolling. What?
Sorry. I forgot where I was for a second. I was like, "Oh,
That's okay.
video
I'm just
games."
looking at pretty colors and shooting whatever I click on. I'm like, I think I'm
Yeah.
hitting things.
I
I'm
think so.
helping.
Okay. Okay. Hope
Are
you
we
like
talking
the
about the
game.
ghost candle again? No, not the ghost candle again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, oh
You
no.
see those memes where it's like shows Crusher and then, like a picture of like a Bed Bath and Beyond. She just gets like really excited. That's this. Simple.
Oh
It
my.
makes it writes itself.
Oh my
Do not
gosh.
let her into a Pier 1 imports.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know. Ooh. Did everybody die? No. Okay.
There we go. I found one.
I'm stuck. I can't go inside. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is just basically kill all the Borgs. Why did I die? Oh my god. Chad, I died.
Uh,
I don't know why.
oh, yeah, I can roll.
Yeah, you sure can. Well, I hope you had a fun time hanging out, like playing Star Trek with me tonight. This has
Oh,
been
I've had
really
a great
cool.
time. This is a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my. What do
Hopefully,
you
I
think?
didn't sully your stream with my potty language and talking about candles and the name of my Klingon ship.
You know what we didn't talk about was Picard. How did you feel about
Yeah,
Picard?
I season 1 and 2, no thanks. Season 3 of Picard, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
seems
that is basically how I feel about it.
that seems to be the consensus. You know what? Really honestly liked all 3 seasons. You know?
I didn't hate like season 1 and 2. They just didn't click all that well. I felt like season 2 was going somewhere cool, but then it kind of neandered with some characters that I didn't really care for. Because I wanted it to be more about Picard and what happened. And I mean, I get that they didn't want to do the whole TNG thing, but that's why season 3 is so good, because it was just a love letter to everything that made TNG great, and you get all your characters back, and you know,
Yeah.
because the first 2 seasons it just felt like Picard was there to be Picard, but like there
Right.
was no real purpose for him to be there.
Yeah.
You know, like it
Yeah.
could have been anything. It didn't have to be Picard. It was just this new crew of ragtag renegades. Oh, and also Picard's there. He's being old.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, technically, I really feel like that's definitely enhanced by the fact that he does, what happens to him, and then there's a whole new Picard. He's
Yep.
here. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly Star Trek stuff.
Yeah. Star Trek magic, as I like to call it, for
Silly
sure.
Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did enjoy it. I think Picard. I loved season 3 so much. That was like some of the best Star Trek stuff I've seen in a long time. I cried. I laughed. Like I was so happy as a Star Trek fan for season 3, and I didn't care that it was complete and utter fan service, and that's what it was. It was the most blatant. This is what you want to see stuff, and I loved it. I ate it up. I ate it up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I really, really love 7 in I mean,
Oh
maybe I'm
yeah.
just a big Seven fan. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think I'm just a big Seven fan, and I really like that character that always told the truth. You know, I
Hmm.
really like that character a lot. But I also think that it made me happy because then we didn't have to deal with the ending of what's that movie with Data, you know? Was it
Yeah.
Nemesis?
Yeah. With B as Nemesis. Yeah. With B4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That ending is. I have a theory. Actually, this wow, we haven't started. Sorry, I have my theory here. This is for all the Star Trek fans. My fun theory of the TNG movies. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Star Trek Generations, right? The
Yeah.
whole thing is about the Nexus and
Yeah.
how they go into the Nexus. And the Nexus is basically this other dimension thing that gives you everything you wanted. It makes your life complete, basically. But somehow it's bad, and we don't want it. I don't know. They really Generations is all over the place, but so you know how Picard goes into the Nexus at the end of that movie and then supposedly he gets out.
Right.
My theory is that the rest of the TNG movies are still in the Nexus and he's just there because the way that the tone shifts and the way Picard behaves is so action hero-y for the next couple movies. Okay, and in wish fulfillment. The next movie is Insurrection. Wait, no, the next movie is First Contact and then Insurrection. But First Contact, he's basically an action hero. It's Die Hard, right? Like Picard's
Yeah.
this action boy. He's gunning. He's out there. He's like muscles ripped. He's never been that. He's a diplomat. Like all he does
Yeah.
is talk and he talks people down. But all of a sudden, he's just like, I'm Rambo. I'm Rambo taking on the Borg Queen. I'm out here doing all this crazy stuff. I'm the best. And it's like what? What's going on here? Then Insurrection, right? The most boring Star Trek movie. Sorry to anybody who likes Insurrection. It's basically just a really long, boring TNG episode.
Yeah.
It's the one where they're on the cradle of life or the fountain of youth planet, right? But that
Yeah.
whole episode is basically Picard's like, I got a new girlfriend. All these hotties love me. I'm down here. I'm Picard. All these people love me. I'm the best guy. I'm Picard again. Everyone loves me. It's just him like getting laid for like an hour and a half. That's the entire movie, right? Nothing else
Yeah.
happens. Then you go to Nemesis, and Nemesis is basically, well, I'm Picard. I've fought everything on the planet or the galaxies. I'm the best guy. Who's the only person that can take me on? Myself. And then he fights himself. And then secretly, I think Picard's always kind of hated Data. Like he likes Data, he loves Data, but he kind of hates him. So at
Uh-huh.
the end, Data dies and he gets a new Data. I don't know.
Wow.
I've always thought it's in the Nexus. All that stuff takes place in the Nexus. It's just in Picard's wish fulfillment mind.
I really like this theory. I
Yeah.
really like this theory a lot. And I'm gonna have to go back and watch the movie now and think about what you said and be like, you know what? I think this is plausible. Yeah. I feel like I'm in the
Yeah.
Nexus right now.
He doesn't get
Okay.
out, dude. It's just he's just doing what he wants. He's an action hero. He's getting booty all the time. Like he's a badass. He turns into
Wow.
Kirk basically. He just turns into Kirk for like the
That,
rest of the movies.
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
could see it. I could see it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut down the game.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for playing with us. That was really cool. I'm gonna exit Star Trek Online. There we go.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. They like seriously, I'm telling you, like everybody who comes to hang out, like they are the best and they always help me and it's just always a fun time. So I really appreciate that. That was a dazzling display of logic. Oh my gosh. I wish they kept Elnor on Picard too. I wish they did. Like I really, really liked him. You know, I wanted to see what was
That
gonna happen, but
Yeah, Elnor was cool. My big problem with Rafi on that show was how crazy she got after Eleanor was gone.
mm-hmm.
Because I was like, you didn't even know him. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was never really any of that much there's never really a lot between her and Eleanor. And then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden she went crazy, right? There was like that stuff where she was just like, oh, he's gone. It was like, you didn't really know him all that much. Picard knew him way more. Why are you yelling at him?
But do you think that was like an extension of the fact that she had a really poor relationship with her own children and that was
Yeah.
kind of like projection?
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
absolutely.
she
Yeah, I think
probably
that's what they
felt
try to play it on.
yeah, like she felt like she could finally connect with somebody younger that could feel like a son figure to her.
Yeah.
And then she lost it, you know?
Yeah. She was real empty nest syndrome there, and just kind of like latched on and was like baby birding Eleanor for. It just was like 0 to 60 for me is all the thing, because she was just
Yeah.
kind of chaotic all the time, and then she was just getting mad at everybody, and they're like, "There's a lot going on right now. We don't need this."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
why I think they fixed her in season 3, because I didn't really care for her character direction a lot of the time. And then in season 3, she was just kind of a badass having fun with Worf. Loved that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Worf in Picard is one of my favorite things.
So good. He's like a Zen monk. Oh,
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh, Oceanic, we had a whole discussion about how Deep Space Nine is pinnacle, and
Absolutely.
that's Mr. Scoot's favorite. Yeah. Oh, we were talking about that. We were definitely talking about that. What we didn't talk about is let's see. What we didn't talk about was I was going to talk about the Bashir Garrick dynamic, which is always like a fan favorite. Also, I'm a favorite. That's one of my
you mean
favorite
the boyfriends? You mean them being boyfriends?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite relationships. Or the Quark and Odo relationship. One of my favorites.
Quark and Odo.
I love them.
Running on the promenade.
Yes.
Odo is one of my favorite characters. The one Star Trek impression I can do is Odo.
It's just so good.
Every character on DC, I was just saying, like Voyager, I don't think there's any characters I care about really other than 7 of 9, because Jerry Ryan's incredible, and the Doctor.
And the
EMH is amazing. But like DS9, everyone's great. And as much even as I said about Jadzia, she's still good. Like she's not, I just think I think there was just more potential that could be had with her character. That's all.
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's fair.
Everyone's
That's
incredible.
fair. That's fair.
There's like not a bad character on that show. Everyone is awesome and has a good story that leads somewhere, you know. I just love everybody on that show. It's just, they're so cool.
Worf breaking Geordi's lute in that medieval episode.
I am not a merry man.
You know what I will say is one part of Star Trek that I really did not like was the whole Chakotay and Seven thing.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Didn't seem right.
I just felt rage that I did not understand, like, why this is such a weird decision.
Again, no chemistry. Yeah, it's basically the Kelvin, the Spock and Uhura thing. It's just to put characters together. It's like when writers are bored and they're like, well, relationships sell, so let's ship these two characters. And you're like, but they're not, why? Why don't they be together?
Like, to me, it made, exactly. To me, it just made me feel like, you know, the Doctor and Seven made more sense in my brain, even though I know that would never actually work out. Like, that's not going to actually work out.
No, but thinking about it, like 7 of 9 is Master Chief, and the EMH would be Cortana.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He could live inside her, like as her.
Yo. That to me just feels way better than whatever the heck nonsense they did. Oh, there's Sky Kostaman's Tuvix emote. We had a whole discussion about Tuvix.
Oh, get out of here. Stop it. This Tuvix propaganda.
Wait, but okay, so what do you think about that episode in Lower Decks when they did that Tuvix-like thing? That was
great. Just ripping on it. Anytime they just rip on it. Like, you know. That's what I love about Lower Decks is poking fun at the stuff that's dumb about Star Trek in a loving fan way, and not, you know, it's just great. It's just hilarious.
You know, so here in Georgia, there's a big convention called Dragon Con, which is like our version of what do you call it, Comic-Con and all that stuff. And a lot of Star Trek actors are actually going to be at Dragon Con. So I think I might have to go. Like Gates McFadden is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? The engineer from Lower Decks is going to be there. The Garrett Wong, who plays Harry Kim, he's there every year because I think he like lives locally. So I've met him
to get promoted.
Yeah, he's still waiting
to get promoted.
Exactly. Riker's going to be there. Q and Data is going to be. See, that I didn't know about.
No.
Oh.
Okay. That's stacked.
Now, I have a question. Have you ever tried to do the Riker maneuver yourself?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
gotta do the Riker maneuver. Any chance I can, I'll do it. I mean, I don't do it into this chair because I'll break a hip. But
Right.
but yeah, no. If there's like a low sitting chair or something you can get over, 100% Riker maneuver all day.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, Burnsy has redeemed. Ash says hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog.
So much so that I'll like if I do it, I'll look around to see if anybody noticed that our like did the Riker maneuver. Right? You're just hoping that one person's like Riker maneuver. All right.
Right. It's my parlor trick. Oh, right.
There you go, man.
I like that.
Getting on over here.
Now, what do you think about Thomas Riker? Do you think what ends up happening to him? I don't think I remember.
God, yeah. What does he just goes off and does his own thing? He doesn't die, right? Like he doesn't. No, Thomas just goes off and does stuff.
Cardassian
Right?
prison. That's right.
Is
Yes.
that what happens to him?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He was last in a Cardassian prison.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think happened to Cardassia after the Dominion War?
It got turned into a mall. Repurposed into a mall. All the Macy's that got shut down got sent there. So there's just a bunch of Macy's and Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah.
That's it. That's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it probably still just exists, but they're heavily monitored. You know, like they're just, you know, the Federation just keeps big old eyes on Cardassia, probably, or Bajor, like the Bajorans just took over or something. They're like, this is ours now.
Yeah. Yesterday you said you'd call Sears. Oh my God, that commercial. Yesterday you said you'd call Sears. I'll call today. You'll call now.
You'll call now. You'll call now. Yeah, I do think Thomas showed up. Yes, he did. Yeah. Thomas showed up on DS9 as a Maquis.
As a Maquis.
Yeah. That's right. There's that episode, and they're like, "What? Yeah. That's a great episode."
That I forgot about that. Do you think if you lived in Star Trek times, you would have been enticed to join the Maquis?
Nah. Dude, Starfleet sounds sick. You'd be like, Starfleet just sounds way cool, and like holodecks are dope. I mean, I guess maybe. I mean,
Mariner did not like being in Starfleet.
Yeah, maybe it's too stuffy. Like, I would just like to. I'd be Quark, man. I'd just work on DS9, open a bar, you know, get to hang out, make money, you know, play some Dabo.
Yeah. Eating a Jumja stick, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that sounds way cooler. And then just get to run the holo suites, you know.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. But yeah, it does seem a little stuffy in Starfleet. They're just very like, there's no money in Starfleet, right? They don't pay. There's no economy because they don't have any sort of currency in Starfleet.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you're probably having a bad time unless maybe the lower deckers are having fun, but I can't imagine.
Seem to have a lot of fun,
yeah. But I can't imagine it being as fun as being in, you know, the bridge, like being the people who are maybe Delta crew is having the most fun.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Being like third shift, you know, just being like the third shift.
Yeah.
You come in for like 2 hours. Most of the day you're just chilling, and then like 2 hours you go and you run your little tricorder over stuff.
Yeah.
That's all they ever seem to be doing. They're not doing a lot. They're just kind of like, they got that light pen and they're just kind of like looking at stuff and they're like, oh, looks good to me. All right, the shift's over.
See, I'll be with Bob playing Doom on my tricorder. You know, somebody has made Doom be able to install on a tricorder. You know it's happening.
Yeah, it can run on anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, that's what Crusher's playing every time somebody walks into sickbay. Then she puts down her tablet. She's playing Doom. And looking at pictures of candles.
Yeah.
She's got one of those fold-out magazines, and it's just a picture of a candle. You're like, Crusher.
Oh my God. Okay, here's a question for you. If you were to have an away team, who's going to be on your away team?
Like celebrities or just like anybody at all, or in Star Trek? Like
in Star Trek. Like who do you think would be on your team in Star Trek?
O'Brien has to be there because he's
Okay.
going to keep everything running.
Mm-hmm.
I just let him deal with it.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, this is all going to be characters from DS9 here because I almost said like Data, but I don't know if I want Data with me.
Oh, wait
That
a
feels
minute.
like a liability. He's always malfunctioning.
That's a good question. What is the away team doing?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Like, what are we
Mm.
doing?
What's the mission? Hi, Control Alt Quinn. Okay, so the mission is. Oh wow. Oh gosh. What
I
are
feel like
we doing?
O'Brien's on any of these though. That one's a mainstay. O'Brien's on all of these.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, the mission is you have to somehow, maybe through a wormhole, go back to Talax. No, you can't go back to Talaxia. It doesn't exist anymore. There is some kind of war between factions in the Klingon planet. Like, you got to go deal with some angry Klingon families. Otherwise, it's going to cause like some kind of civil war. You're going to try and stop them from having civil war.
Yeah, okay. So O'Brien for sure again because you need a tech guy.
Okay, and you could have 4 people on your crew.
Yeah, Garrick, because Garrick's good at subterfuge and just knowing how to get in and out of things and dealing with war. He's always on the back. You know, he's got some seedy stuff going on. The Obsidian Order, whatever. He knows what's going on. So Garrick, I mean, if you got Klingon, I mean, it's easy to say Worf, just that he would know what's going on. But I feel like he would stick out and he would just be like against all of it. So maybe you don't want Worf with you.
Mm-hmm.
B'Elanna's not a very good Klingon. So I don't know if I want her there. Andrew. Isn't it Andrew? Worst kid.
Oh, no.
Some kid. Just to have a Klingon with you.
Oh, Alexander.
There it is.
Yeah.
Alexander, sorry. No, Alexander sucks.
Alexander Roshinko. Why do you think he's so insufferable?
Because he doesn't, I don't know, man. They don't do a lot with him. He just shows up and he's like, and that's it. He's just like whiny kid syndrome. He doesn't do a lot. They just don't care, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. There could have been so much with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just forced. He was forced.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Ensign Rowe. I want Ensign Rowe on the team.
Really?
Yo, Rowe all day. I love her.
Wow.
That's my girl right there.
I am so surprised. I hate her.
Oh, she's part of the Maquis though. She's also knowledgeable. If you're going into a war situation, she knows what's up.
Oh.
So Rowe is part of the Maquis and Bajora. Kira, I was thinking Kira. Kira for the same reasons as Rowe, to be honest with you. Kind of a crapshoot on Rowe and Kira.
But wasn't the actress that played Ensign Rowe supposed to have the role that Kira had?
Yes. According to lore.
According to lore.
Nana Visitor all day.
So Okay, so I was gonna say, how different do you think the show would have been had she had taken that role? But you prefer Kira.
Oh, absolutely. Kira.
Okay.
Yeah, Roe is the hard ass militant Bajoran that Kira thinks she is.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been as good because Kira's got like that soft side and she's kind of clumsy and silly and just kind of headstrong. Whereas like Rose, the actual badass Kira thinks she is. And it would have been a different vibe.
Interesting.
Because Kira's a lot of talk. She gets stuff done, but she also just stumbles into everything and causes trouble all the time.
Interesting.
Whereas Rogue gets shit done.
She gets it done. I mean, even up into the, Picard. That's when I liked her in Picard.
Oh, dude. And I loved it that they still had the history. That's what I like about it, because they played off it. The TNG was so often, like what I was saying, that TNG, they do a story beat and then it's kind of forgotten and they don't talk about it ever again. I liked that Picard brought back all these things that happened on TNG. So if you were such a TNG fan, you're like, oh yeah, Picard wouldn't trust or enjoy Ro right now. He's still mad at her.
Yeah.
He'd be very mad at her. And then they had to work their stuff out. I was like, oh, I loved that. That was so good.
Yeah, they were really thoughtful. You could definitely tell it was written by people who really cared about the story and knew the story back and forward and just wanted to do fan service right, which is why another reason why Lower Decks is so good.
Yeah, it's written by fans who understand it. And yeah, absolutely. You can tell it's all fans.
Exactly.
If you're
Thank you.
saying Kirk on the away team, absolutely not. Kirk would cause more trouble than anything. If that's what you say in Nuke for Red, Kirk would destroy the whole mission. He is a renegade. You do not. He's the Charlie Day. He's the wild card. You don't need him. Nothing's getting done with him.
The Charlie Day. That's so good. That's so good. Also, thank you for the 25 bits, Nuke for Prez.
Oh wait, hold on. So I had my 3. So I get 4.
Yeah, 4.
4. Okay, so I said instant row 4 spot. I'll throw a wild one out there.
Mm-hmm.
Trip from Enterprise. Anybody?
Oh.
Either Trip or T'Pol from Enterprise.
Okay. I like this.
T'Pol would be good for a Vulcan.
Okay.
Or Odo. Odo would be really useful.
Odo,
but no, because
yeah.
Odo would just be useful because he could turn into stuff and but he's not knowledgeable about many things other than security. Remember, Odo's always being told information. Odo's never the one to tell people stuff. He's always the one being told.
Yeah. Odo was a more human Data in that sense.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
so I don't know
Tuvok.
how useful he'd be, other than being turning into other things.
Oh my gosh.
He'd be good for picking locks. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who would be on my team. I think I would have to take Data.
Yeah.
Data, I would want. I would also want. I think I will have to say, one of the sisters, those Klingon sisters.
Oh, I didn't even think of them. No, solid choice. Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, they're badass. Yeah. We like the Klingon sisters for sure.
Yeah. And I think I would have to Duras. Yes, one of the Duras sisters. Either
there
one. Bitor and Lursa. Yeah.
There you go.
I would. Okay, for my healer, I think I would have to have.
Yo, Dr. Phlox is good though, Nuke. No, Dr. Phlox is a good choice. He's the only doctor that could actually heal people without a tricorder. That's why I always liked him. Because everybody else, he uses natural medicine and stuff like that. So if you were on a planet and you were messed up and he didn't have his equipment, he could figure out how to heal you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Also, Nurse Ogawa. Oh my God, Nurse Ogawa. That's a good one. Yeah, you know what? I would take Nurse Ogawa. Yeah, definitely. So Data, one of the Klingon sisters, Nurse Ogawa, and
you can have both of them. Listen, they come as a pair.
they come as a pair. Okay, cool.
They come as a pair. You can have both of them as one. That's they don't count as two.
And then Garrick. I think I will have to go with Garrick too. I love Garrick.
Garrick's just a solid choice. Garrick's kind of a jack of all trades. I mean, I almost said Bashir because he's a super soldier, right? Because he's literally genetically engineered and he's super strong and fast and very smart. Good doctor. He could probably heal you too if you needed. Without anything. Yeah. I didn't have a healer on my team, did I?
Who's our captain? Oh, good. Okay, so you're allowed to pick a captain too. Who's your captain?
Cisco.
Cisco's your captain. I think I'm gonna go with Picard on this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Burnsy, thank you for the 5 bits. Who's the one member of your away team with all the Muppets? I'm going with Data. Yeah. So that's my away team.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I might trade. I'll trade Ensign Rowe for the EMH if we're going Doctor.
Oh.
Because you don't have to worry about him. You just have to have a projector, right? You just kind of keep him whenever you need. You fit in your pocket. Again, he's Cortana.
I love it. That's so good. So good. Well, you know what, Scoot? We've been going for 3 hours about. Usually this is when I end the stream. Do you want to chat for a little while longer? Or I think we could call it here and find a nice person to raid. How you feel about that?
It is up to you. Your stream time. So if you need to get out of here, you can. I'm always down to continue talking Star Trek for as long as I can. So.
Okay. Let me think of one more last good question. Chat, do you have any questions that you want to ask? Scoot Trek. I love that. Scoot Trek. Oh my gosh. Chat, if you have any questions, your burning Star Trek questions you want to just hear someone talk about, drop them in the chat. You gotta
hear my wild theories on anything else.
Yes.
Let me know.
Yeah. I got a photo op with
or
Kate
which other
Mulgrew.
characters I hate from every show, because apparently I hate a lot of characters.
Oh my gosh. I just think you were so spot on though with the Keiko though. Like that was so true. Can you do the Spock
This is
hand
up.
gestures? Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you do, it's the Vanilla Ice, right? That's what he did.
Oh.
Just put the two. That also looks a little wrong, so I'm not gonna throw that one up again.
Oh my god.
Why are you so handsome? You know, Bamboozled. The universe gave me a gift, and I'm just out here to give it to the rest of everybody by being in their presence. So,
Oh my gosh. Oceanic wants to know, what's your opinion on Cisco nuking a planet in his quest to get Eddington? I don't
he did
remember
what he had to
this.
do.
I don't
He
remember
did what he had to do.
when was that? When did that happen?
If that's not Pale Moonlight, he did another, but Cisco did some stuff, man. He went off the handle. But that's why I love him so much, is that the Prime Directive wasn't what defined him. Like, he just was about doing what needed to happen, in that time.
Yeah.
It was great.
I don't remember that episode. Cisco was a grit machine. Is Khan the most iconic villain?
From the
No.
movies, yeah.
From the
Gul Dukat, though.
Gul Dukat is the most iconic villain to me. It's almost a tie between Gul Dukat and Kai Wynn for me.
Yeah. Who's the main villain in TNG, I guess, is Q, but Q's not even really a villain.
I don't think Q is a villain. I don't think so.
There's not really who's like the main villain of the overarching TNG plot. The Borg Queen. Yeah, the Borg Queen.
Yeah, the Borg Queen. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that makes sense.
Evil Cisco. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, evil Cisco.
The mean villain
Cisco
is
from the-
Waxana Troy.
She's not. She's also the voice of the Elcar's menu system. You got to remember that.
Yep.
That's,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
Luoxana, okay? Every time the Elcars talks to you,
Yeah.
you disrespected my girl Luoxana.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for the 5 bids.
Pulaski.
Yeah.
Pulaski's the villain of TNG.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Thank you, Nuke for Prez for the 25 bits, and thanks Bernsey for the 5 bits. Did you know Yeoman Rand complained to Kirk that someone had drilled a peephole into her bedroom wall? Kirk promised her he would look into it.
I'm so mad I read the rest of that.
I did not even see that. I didn't see that coming.
No, I was reading it as like a real fact, and then like the last sentence, I was like, no, I hate this place. I don't want to be here anymore.
You mean it's not Keiko is the villain. Keiko is the villain.
Keiko is the villain. Yeah, Keiko's
is
the secret villain of DS9. That's the true villain. That's the true villain. It's not supporting her man. She's out there being mean.
That is so funny. Okay.
Brian's just trying to make everything safe.
Yo, thank you, Tall Geese. Thank you.
O'Brien and Bashir's bromance is like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
You know the episode where they have to do Worf's bachelor party? It's
yes.
Like so funny to me.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And then they had to like sit in the heat and do all this nonsense. Yeah.
They chant kill. They're like, what's getting you through this? They're like, I want to kill Worf. Kill Worf. Kill Worf. Yeah, kill Worf.
You know what I wish? I wish that they would bring back the Twitch watch parties in some way, so you could do a watch party of like Star Trek. Because I remember they did watch parties of Star Trek.
Yeah, I think you could still do it with Crunchyroll. I think Crunchyroll has a deal with them still.
Oh.
You can watch anime, but
I did not know that. Sure. Okay. But I just feel like that would be like, I don't know, super fun, because I feel like there's such a good connection with people and Star Trek because of how long it's been. Actually, after Discovery is done, is there going to be more new Trek? Like, is there any new Trek coming?
Like a new series, like a new mainline series? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Strange New Worlds is going to keep going, but I don't know if there's going to be like a new mainline. I guess Strange New Worlds is their mainline one.
Starfleet Academy?
Is that a new one?
Oh.
I haven't even heard of that one.
Oh, I didn't know that they're making a Starfleet Academy show.
Okay.
That's new to me.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, new to me too. Well, hey, more Trek is always good Trek. As I said, I'm not going to be mad at it. I have to make my way through Strange New Worlds. I haven't watched all of it. I've watched like 2 episodes, so that's the one I keep sleeping on. And not because I don't like, I just haven't started it. It's always one of those things.
Yeah. And
There's going to be a Section 31 movie with Michelle. Oh my God.
I did not know that either.
Oh, I love her so much.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay.
Into that.
Garrett Wang. Okay.
Bring back Lower Decks. You know what? I don't know. I think Lower Decks wrapped it up pretty good. And I'm always like a proponent of a show doing really well for a limited number of seasons and then not coming back, because sometimes it'll go too long and then it's not great. And then the quality dips. I think it's better to have like a solid, 4 or 5 seasons of Lower Decks that are just good, instead of like 10 seasons of Lower Decks and a couple of them are pretty poopy. You never know.
Do you think so? You don't think that Lower Decks should have gotten like the typical Star Trek 7 seasons treatment? You think 5 seasons is good?
I think it's good. I think it's good. I mean, would I want more? Obviously, like it's a great show, but sometimes it's better if it just stops. I don't know. Like Enterprise only got 3 and it got canceled, and they had to wrap up weird. I mean, the original series only had 3 seasons, anyways, as well.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
7 for like the original shows, and we said at the beginning, you miss it, but do you though, PyCon? Because remember, like the first 3 seasons of most Star Trek shows aren't good.
Yeah, usually they don't really get started till like season 3, season 4. That's true. Yeah. You think they're ever gonna make animated Star Trek again, or are we gonna have to wait another 40+ years for the next one?
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you ever watch the animated series from like the 70s or 60s, wherever that was?
I watched it on Nickelodeon as a kid.
Oh man, I never watched it. I need to watch it.
It's fun. It's pretty cool. It's got some interesting stuff. It's not bad. There's some fun episodes of the animated series for sure.
There is
very like cheap animation. It's very like that old school, like barely anything's happening animation, but it's in there.
There's this YouTube channel that made like a short that feels like it's supposed to be Deep Space Nine, I think, or Voyager, but they drew it in the style of those cartoons.
Oh, cool.
It's real. If you've never seen it, I'm gonna send you the link for it tonight.
Yeah, please do. Yeah,
it's real. Awesome. They did such a good job.
I love that.
Prodigy. Oh, Prodigy season 2. That's right.
I didn't even watch Prodigy. See, that one I also have to watch. Did not watch Prodigy either.
Yeah, I hear it's really good.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Instead, the same with Strange New Worlds. I was just so like, the reason I haven't watched Strange New Worlds yet is because of how burnt out I was on Discovery and how much I didn't enjoy last season. And I was just kind of like, I think I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take a little Star Trek break. And then I watched other stuff. And so I just haven't gotten back on the horse. And everybody tells me how great Strange New Worlds is. I've seen like the clips and everything. Like there's the musical episode that apparently is awesome. And then the Lower Decks crossover and stuff like that. But I haven't like fully gotten into it. So.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm getting a little hungry. So I think, did you ever see Dark Matter from last decade? Oh, I don't think I know what that is. Sorry, Burnsy.
Me either.
Yeah, sorry. I think I'm going to call it here because I'm a little hungry. And, I'm going to go pet Bobby. She looks like she's waking up right now. But I just want to say...
done?
Huh? Yeah, she's looking at me like...
She's like, it's my shift. Let's go.
Yeah, she's readjusting herself. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Yeah, bah. Okay, so first of all, a humongous thank you for coming over to hang out with me and talking Star Trek. This is literally one of the most fun things. Like, I cannot tell you enough how much fun I had. I'm so grateful for your presence. And everyone, please go and give Mr. Scoot a follow right here. Please
if you
do
feel
it.
inclined, you can come on over and hang out. We'll talk more Star Trek.
Yeah, y'all already come and talk Star Trek with me all the time. Go and tell Mr. Scoot why Keiko O'Brien is really not that bad.
Yeah, you can ingratiate yourself to me. Well, if you come in and tell me that you hate Keiko, you're immediately part of my family. If you come in and you try and argue me that she's not that bad, I don't know. Maybe we'll have some words, but at least it'll be a nice debate.
Oh my gosh. Please follow Mr. Scoot right there. Let me do this shout out too because it works nicely. There we go. There you go.
Yeah, maybe I'll play some more STO. I mean, I'll at least keep it installed. I'll have to get back in there and find my bearings a little bit better, but that was still fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. The community's awesome. Also, if you ever get a chance, like GOG.com has a lot of really
No, I
good
love
Star
GOG.
Trek.
No,
Yeah,
GOG's the best.
they have so many good games, and when they do a sale, that's the best
Oh,
time.
yeah.
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 Yes. So thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go. And again, just thank you for making this evening one of the most fun and awesome discussions ever. Like, I really appreciate
Thank you
your
for having
time.
me, Ash. You're the best.
Yeah. So, and yeah, have a good night. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. I'm gonna hang up the call now. Bye, everyone. Bye. See ya. And then I'm gonna look for somebody to raid. All right.
Do it.
Thanks, Scoot. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Hold on. I'm like trying to get through my Steam Deck here, my Stream Deck. Yeah, did y'all have fun? Was that awesome? That was one of the most awesome Trek chats I've ever had. Like, seriously. It was really, really good. Let's find a nice person to raid, chat. I hope you had just as much fun as I had. And again, big shout out to Mr. Scoot for coming to hang out with us and playing some games. And thanks everybody who was playing the games with us and carrying us in the game, you know? Thank you. Good chat. Thank you, Frangible Nuts, Barracourts, Lady Spookums. Thank you so much. Ba, hello. Thank you. Corpus, Tashingen, Bayou, Nuke for Prez. Thank you so much, Sayla, Ganymede, Papa Shug, Wooch, Oceanic, Tall Geese. Thank you so much, everyone. Baron, yeah, we were going for 3 hours, so you know, I want to go get something to eat. Yeah, thanks, Mason. Thank you so much for coming on over, everybody. I really appreciate it. Let's find a nice person to raid. Chat, what do you think about that? Here's my Discord if you want to jump in and say hi and, you know, chat with all the lovely people who hang out in this chat every day, you know, if you want to do that. And here's my socials if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Blue Sky. And here's the raid message. Yeah, Scoot knows so much. I really, really, really had such a good time hanging out with Mr. Scoot. Like, seriously, please go and give him a follow. Really, really knowledgeable and has been streaming for a really long time and is awesome. So please go and hang out over there. We're gonna go raid Fractal Mind Mike, who is currently playing Star Trek Judgment Rights. Let's go and hang out and watch some Star Trek Judgment Rights, y'all. And thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. Thanks for spending your evening with me.
Neglect their duties.
Oh dear, that was loud. Thank you so much for adding to the conversation, asking such really great questions, and I'm gonna see you all. Tomorrow's Friday, so I think tomorrow's my day off. But we'll be live again on Saturday. Although Saturday is gonna be a little funky because I will be on the couch for Games Done Quick. I will be couch commentating for some speed runs for the Juneteenth celebration on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. So we won't have a stream in the daytime. So our stream will most likely be in the evening on Saturday. So yeah, let's go and tell Fractal Mind Mike hello, and I'll see you all over there. Don't forget to tell your friends Ash said hi. Bye, everyone.